All right, folks, thanks for sticking with us. We're a little late. We had some technical issues, but welcome back. It is Thursday Night D&D with Old Dominion Heroes, and we bring you another episode, I believe episode 10 of my homebrew campaign, Baba Yaga's Revenge. Giving a quick recap and moving straight into the action. In the last episode, our adventurers followed some clues they found in the plagued town of Lycanstone, and tracking down a trail of a slimy boggle, they made their way down into the pump house room for the water treatment and sewage of the kingdom. Using their unicorn friend, the Shadow Monk, and their wacky wizard, they solved the puzzle locking the vault door and entered into the heart of the sewers underneath of the city. A short walk through the main artery led them to a blood trail, which followed up a small set of stairs and into an empty, dry cistern. There they met the boggle in question. The very same boggle they've seen 3 or 4 times before, even back in Fistandia's mansion. The very boggle that works for Baba Yaga herself. And this particular boggle also revealed himself to be our very own Chip Endale's brother. The boggle used proof with his Lumberjacks Guild token and a challenge issued to Chip. He identified himself as Swayze Endale, and after a bit of shock and a few familiar clues, Chip soon realized that his brother had been twisted under the magic of Baba Yaga's curse. Looking around, after disturbing a few things in the cistern, they were surprise attacked by a small flock of severed heads with bat wings sprouted from the sides of their skull and long, dripping, vampiric-like fangs. These creatures, known as Vargulls, give a shriek of fear and kiss their victims to death. The party tangled with these pests and survived, to be left with the decision of which way to go. West, north, or east? Well, as our crazy adventurers often do, they decided it best to split ways and try every door all at once. After being distracted by a pile of gold in a trapped vault room along the western path, Jaron and the Autumn Court witch Avvina decided to explore north, where they found a narrow hallway lined with a series of doors with small, trapdoor-like peepholes just at eye level. After figuring out how to slide the mechanism back, they stared into one of the rooms to see a body laid under bedclothes and another one with its back turned, making an awful groaning noise. Venlee, looking to pursue the clues to further investigate solving the problems with the town, decided to go along the eastern path. She navigated past a spike trap and into another reception-like room or corridor that branched off into another series of wooden doors with iron latches and peepholes. Upon entering this room, she felt a strange cold presence. Moving back from this fear-inducing chill, she stepped right into the strange, haunting sensation. And after warning the party, her friend Jaron decided to investigate with his friend Avvina, and the 3 of them were soon tormented by a horrendous daymare, a ritual of a priest on top of a sarcophagus, a hand with blood and a knife, and words uttered in prayer, command, dare I say, bargain with Baba Yaga herself to revive none other than the woman, Megan Fair, live-in caretaker of Morgan Titchwillow, the old woman of Lycanstone. who had many years ago healed this town of a blight on their crops. And with that, we'll go ahead and resume game and open the floor to some roleplay recap between the players, or if anyone wants to give a brief shout about their character or anything, we can go around table for that. I'm on mute because of the baby.
Hey, I'm Tree. I'm playing Happy tonight. She's a gnome who's very, very bookish, and gives a lot of eye rolls. She has Bob Ross floating around in a book form.
I'm playing Mel Blanc the Unlikely, a half out of his mind gnome in a bunny suit. And I just, because of Tree's amazing notes there, just realized that I've got this drift globe. So I think that while we were going down here, he's going to actually deploy that drift globe. So it's floating along, and he's also going to cast dancing lights. And he's going to get a bob of his own, because like you can do dancing lights in the form of sort of like a little person and stuff. So like that, there's like a bunch of colored lights spinning around the drift globe there, and now we have glow bob.
Glow Bob, and I don't.
And so now glow bob is keeping Mousse company, my little animated underwater apparatus pump.
Oops, can we see? How do I do this? Oh, there we go. Do you see who I have here?
Bob Ross.
I just do. I have the office set up, but he'll be on my shoulder today. Glow Bob, I love it.
I guess I'm Venlee. I'm the Shadow Monk with my little unicorn uni. And that's it.
I am Jason, play Harvey Birdman, foul-mouthed Eric Cochran Ranger Monk. Fun fact about Harvey, he hasn't seen the sunrise in a long time. In fact, he wonders what all the fuss is about.
I am the other Jason, and I play the evil but lovable demon-possessed Jaron the Paladin. And tonight I'll also be subbing in and playing Avvina, the witch from the Autumn Court and the Feywild. So, should be fun.
And hello everybody, I'm Thomas, and I'll be playing Chippendale tonight, who just found out his brother is not a wandering vegetable abomination in the woods. He's now been turned into a boggle, which is actually depressing, but also really has kind of made Chip happy, because now he can actually talk to his brother, and his brother is actually at least mentally there, just not physically. So at least he's gotten a little bit more to see like of his brother return over the past 4 or 5 years than he has. But unfortunately, his nightmare is still a daily thing. This witch haunts him even still. And that's Chip.
I'm sorry, real quick, back to the sunrise thing. Is it just that Harvey sleeps in? Or
he's still drunk, or
or he just doesn't open his eyes until later? I don't know.
he's got it under his wing,
Yeah, he just, he goes to bed. I just go to bed at a time that's appropriate for a normal humanoid person, and I wake up at a time that's appropriate for a normal humanoid person.
What time do you go to sleep?
Like 4?
In the afternoon?
Nah, morning.
And what time do you wake up?
About 6 to 8 hours after that.
So
Sometimes.
around 12 o'clock midday.
Sounds like a
Sometimes,
college student, you know?
preferably.
Have you ever seen the sunrise?
Nah, don't believe in it, Mike.
Hold on. So you see the sun set, but you don't see it rise.
Yeah, it's just there. Whenever I wake up, it's there.
But how does it go away then?
I feel like we're getting really off topic here.
This is very important stuff.
Wes, it's okay. It's okay.
Hold
We're
on.
going to stop.
You have a
That was me.
a barbarian talking to like literally a guy who's like finds peace and about talking about random shit in the woods and carving like wooden bears. Okay. And like legit like talking to the bird guy. Like this is the first time I think Chip's like really been like picking his brain.
Oh yeah, you carve bears. Do you ever thought about carving a bird
No.
or a wallaby?
So what describe that.
Or a drop bear? You
What
carve
the-
drop bears?
Drop bears.
Oh yeah, it's like a little bear climbs up in the tree and falls down on you.
We call those squirrels.
You say. I don't,
Nah, mate. Squirrels are different. Squirrels have that big bushy tail.
Yeah, they're cute.
They
They're my
taste
friends.
good.
What,
No,
you
they're
eat them?
delicious. They're
Oh
delicious.
my god.
Yeah,
So-
you put them on a stick and you roast them. It's
Wait.
it's like a nugget.
So as the party stands in this 15 by 25 foot corner of this room, with Chip and Harvey rambling on, Avvina and Jaron and Venlee, you stand there completely shaken and awestruck by the mental images. Felt so deep. It's like they're living inside you now.
What?
Yeah, I have a quick question. Is the psychic link still
Nope.
active?
I already explained that last game. The only people that experience
No,
that vision are the three of you. Yes.
I know, but
Yeah.
is it still
When
Slide
unless Happy
inside,
dropped
slide
it. But yeah.
deep inside you.
Well, you don't know, Chip. They're just standing there shocked. So Venlee, Avvina, and Jaron just experienced this. Go ahead.
I'm just
So-
saying you saying that.
So Jaron is going to ask the party if he can telepathically send them the vision just all. You know, learning his lesson about sending visions without consent. You know,
I'm gonna say no.
you
No,
already saw it.
I know. I don't want to see it again.
Okay,
No,
you're
mate,
welcome.
I gave up peyote a long time ago. Like 3-4
Why?
weeks.
why did you give it up?
It was bad. It was a bad time.
Mm.
So you're
No,
met with
man,
you're met with some resistance and some uncertainty about whether to receive this psychic
Okay,
energy
so-
and vision.
So Grazit takes over and he's like, fuck this. And he just sends the vision to the rest of the party members. that didn't-
Actually, he doesn't.
He doesn't?
No, because like I said last game, the vision is completely embedded in the deepest recesses of your mind, unavailable to the bond of Happy's spell, and Grazit is completely unaware of the vision you have had.
You said they didn't experience it, but I still have telepathy.
You can send them what you've experienced, but you would have to send that to them.
That's what I'm doing. I'm sending them the vision even though they don't want it.
I mean, yeah, that's fine with me. I mean, it can join the rest of the visions in there.
So you attempt to transmit these mental images to your party, and for some reason, it's like a strange static fills your mind's eye. And the images that come through on the other end to the rest of the party, unbeknownst to Jaron, is a jumbled series of still framed, almost like photographs, advancing a scene. You see a man dressed in vestments with a white collar, assuming he's a priest. You see a graveyard with his back turned to it, walking away. And then you see the same graveyard, but from an aerial view, hundreds of feet above, where dark storm clouds form, and down below, barely a speck, hardly able to be seen, a humanoid figure with his arms stretched up to the sky and something in his hand.
A trophy. Did he win first place?
So Chip says
What
this
event-
out
what
loud.
event was it, eh?
You know, since Chip got all that gold, he's been acting in a strange way.
No, it was ever since we got into the town that had alcohol.
It isn't ever since he ran into his boggle brother and then summarily started ignoring him.
No, he was really quiet until he hit the gold, and then he grabbed your pole and got all like animated and shit.
That's hilarious.
Where's the boggle at, by the way? Did we just
I
leave it in the other room?
believe
Yeah.
it's still out in the cistern.
Yeah, he's right where we left him.
Should we go get him? You know?
Yeah, Chip, you want to go get your brother?
Yeah, go get your boy, mate.
I mean, I don't need to grab him. He's gonna come with us if he wants.
But he hasn't yet.
He's in there playing with himself. Go get him.
Maybe he wants to be invited.
Maybe he wants to know he hasn't been rejected by his only family member.
Chip
Yeah.
walks in there and goes,
As you walk,
Swayze.
back into the cistern room, Swayze is gone.
Aw, I think you hurt his feelings.
Mm.
Probably.
I go over and find some of the goo. And I'm gonna write on the wall, Swayze, come back.
Does he come back?
I was hearing that in my head too.
And then I'm gonna get some more goo and say, it was, Swayze, come back. Come back to me, Swayze, come back. To your brother, don't you see? Swayze, come back. That's what I'm gonna write. Hopefully we don't get DMCA striked.
You write out this short poem
We may
missing.
have to edit that out. Yeah.
You write this short poem missing your brother's presence on the wall, and I assume return back to your party.
All right, so I'm sorry. So what's in the room here other than hallucinations?
It's not hallucinate. It's a a crypt with like a body on top of it, right?
There's a door right here.
It was a cold presence that crept on them,
Well-
and then after it crept on them, then they saw things. Is that right?
And there's a door here.
Yeah, so right now, guys, just to clarify the situation, Jaron attempted to share this vision with you, and you guys got literally like TV static, like a detuned old CRT rabbit ear television.
Yeah.
So you haven't questioned why you only got a partial vision. He's assuming in-game that he sent you this perfect visual re-recording of what he experienced himself. So no one's questioned them. They haven't questioned you. You still just see the three of your party members completely, awestruck and shaken,
Yeah.
and they stand in
Jaron,
this room.
That wasn't that bad, mate.
I'd be
That
like,
was just like a feel of snow, you know,
yeah, like I'd
dry.
be like touching my head, I guess.
like a hiss of wind.
I hate to be the one that's focused on the reality and not on the hallucinations, but what's in the actual room though, other than?
We don't know. We never
Hallucinations.
opened the door.
Well,
Yeah.
we're standing in it.
Yeah, we're standing in a room.
It's like a corridor, and there's doors along the corridor, but I don't think that there's
That's
anything.
it. There's nothing else here. Okay, cool. Got
So
it.
yeah, no, Venlee attempted to open this door, but she never
We're in
went
this
in.
one in the bottom.
Okay.
Yeah, you were starting to open the door, and you felt a cold presence as your hand started to freeze on the knob.
Got
And
it.
You backed away from the door. You never opened that door.
You know what that means?
And then remember, like I said, there's this door here, which is another metal vault-like door.
Eric, we
And
can't
then-
see it.
Oh,
Yeah, where your shadow goes, you can't.
I'll unfog some stuff real quick. Give me 1 second here.
Yeah. Take your time, boss.
I did too
I mean,
much of
it's
the
like-
wall.
Yeah.
So you see that door right there is like one of the metal vault-like doors, and then just behind Mel and Pamplemousse.
Everybody.
Yeah, it'll take just a second probably to update on your end.
Yeah, you'll have to like click back into above ETT.
Behind Mel and Pump is another door, but this one's just a wooden door with an iron latch and a similar peephole.
Oh, people?
Yeah, the little like hole in the wood like a woodpecker's house or a birdhouse, and behind it a wooden plate that's closed.
Like the ones that were on the north side, right?
That's correct.
Okay.
So Jaron and Avvina know how to get those apart.
Well, I would very much like to mage hand that little metal thing out of the way and take a look through the people.
All right, so you send your mage hand, and it goes through the door and behind the backside where the person in that room would be able to remove a little metal latch, slide it down, and then gently push a wooden panel back along a series of tracks to reveal a small, about 2-inch hole in circumference, or diameter, through the doorway that you could see through.
So what do I see?
So as you look into the room, give me 1 second here. This is going to be a wee bit tricky. I got to do some defoggeration.
Gotta love tech talk.
So is Jaron and Venlee and Avvina still kind of stunned or shocked?
No, you guys can still interact and talk. I'm just saying that if your party members were paying attention to you, they'd see 3 people standing there just like, like completely terrorized.
Oh, what does
The
y'all
sense of urgency with you people is lacking.
Yeah. So like, I feel like this is encounter. Like Avvina would sense that like they didn't grasp the urgency of the situation.
Yep.
And, you know, she'd be like, something very evil is behind that door. And she would explain the vision that she received, which is, we saw the town priest make a blood sacrifice to Baba Yaga to try and raise Megan.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
From the dead, but it failed.
So I wonder why we get a vision of that.
Well, there's something very evil. I don't know what it is. There's something very. It's clouding my senses, but there's something very evil behind this door.
Do we need to like back out of here, guys, or like?
No, I sense that we need to confront it.
Well, there's a swimming pool behind this door. That sounds a lot more pleasant.
Does it have a diving board?
We can always come back.
Let's go see what the evil thing is.
Okay.
Who wants to open the door? Not it.
Not me.
Oh, I see.
Is it too heavy for mage hand? Happy can throw a mage hand on
Well,
it.
no one's tried to handle yet.
No one wants to touch the handle. Are you kidding us?
Fine, I'll open the door.
Oh, okay. I was gonna do it.
So, I mean, Mel, do you want to open it? It doesn't matter. Just.
Well, I wasn't anywhere near it at the time, so if Jaron's getting it, he's already right there. I'll start walking in that direction though. Boop, doop, doop, doop.
So, which door were you opening, Jaron? Are you opening this door here?
I'm opening, the one at the bottom.
Okay. Go ahead.
So I rolled a 23 perception.
All right.
Do I see traps or locks or anything?
You look at this wooden door with its iron gate style latch, and it appears that the door handle is just a little bit corroded and rusted, but it is not locked. When you go to turn it, there's a bit of resistance, but none of the tumblers are barred.
Roll investigation.
Go for it.
Okay.
All right. So, with your investigation, as you inspect the handle, you see that just the salt and other chemicals and just the, various organic matter and the overall moisture of the air has caused the surface of this metal to start to rust itself closed. And as you look down at where the lock tumbler is, you can see through the lock tumbler very, very small, fine line, just because it's literally like an old skeleton keys kind of opening. And as you attempt to peer through the hole where you would insert the skeleton key, you notice that there is just basically like a wad of old cobwebs collected around what appears to be like the backside of the door handle.
You said the door was unlocked, correct?
It's unlocked. It's just basically kind of not turning because the door handle's rusted.
So do you want me to do a strength check?
Your base strength would be enough.
Okay. So I open the door.
So you turn the door handle to open the door. And as you open the door, wispy strings of old cobwebs peel away from the frame where the door meets the edge. And the door opens inward. Give me 1 second.
While you're doing that, did you see in the chat, since we weren't
Mel cast mage armor. Yeah, awesome.
It's something that it's something that all mages do, and I have never done with Mel. I think he's going to be sensible this time.
I think it's smart.
He girds his loins with his mage armor.
There you
Nice.
go.
I dig it. All right,
Like
so
that Ryan said, I think that's smart.
so
Gertie.
you open the doorway to reveal an old, weathered and cobwebbed over writing desk and crude wooden chair with a bookcase behind it, handful of editions of books kind of haphazardly stacked, and just a few other personal items laid out. In the as you peer around the corner, in the northeastern corner of the room is a small water basin that has basically dried up and scummed over with pond scum, and protruding out of the top of the water basin is a strange statue of an old woman supporting herself on what appears to be a grinding pestle, and one foot is inside of a giant mortar, and hanging off the bottom of the mortar is a series of ornate carved vines with various woodland creatures climbing up them.
And where is that?
It is in the room right here in the upper right-hand corner.
Oh, I thought that was a frog.
I'm describing things a little different than what the map actually has them on there. It just fit the area that I needed.
Oh, can I use my previous perception roll?
Sure.
Would you want me to roll that?
No, that's fine.
So I'm gonna go in the room. Do I see anything else?
As you step into the room, I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw with disadvantage.
With disadvantage.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. Well, it could be worse. 19.
You fail.
19. I fail.
Yep.
Get him.
As you walk through the door
Wow.
and past the threshold, the door shakes on its hinges and slams shut. The tumbler closes itself, and you hear a latch noise. The room itself goes completely black because there's no light source other than what you would be putting off. And then at that point, in the back of your mind, you hear just a continual laughing. And then the laughs soon turn to anguish, and these cries radiate out and shatter through your mind, overtaking your own thoughts. And with that, you are in this room, locked, experiencing your own personal darkness and hell of laughter. Mel and Avvina, when you see Jaron go through the door and the door slams shut, you guys would notice that. Venlee as well. Happy and Chip, around the corner, and Harvey, you would just hear this door slam on its hinges into the wooden frame around it.
Whoops.
Well, that was a loud door.
Am I stunned or
Nope.
can
No, you're not
I?
stunned.
Would
in-
anybody? Sorry, I was gonna say,
Am I
would
in-
anybody have seen that he's in the room? And sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, Avvina, Venlee, and Mel would
Okay.
see Jaron walk into the room and the door literally swing behind him like shh, and slam
Okay.
shut.
Okay. All right. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good, dude.
So can I take an action or am I just frozen stuck in a nightmare?
No, I mean you can wander around in a dark room and see what you'd like to do to try to get out of it or look around. I'm not barring. This is open roleplay, so people jump in, do what you would be doing.
Can I talk to the presence
Sure.
in my mind? And I'd be like, I think I know who you are, and I think I know why you want to talk about it?
As you attempt to contact the creature, I need you to make me a wisdom save.
Make a what?
Wisdom save.
Oh, yeah, you dropped out.
21.
Okay. You pass. You feel as though your questioning is angering whatever it is, and your mind just feels jabbed and spiked as though you're getting a horrible migraine from a hangover.
Hey guys, the door's shut and Jaren's locked in here. Should we be trying to open the door?
Yeah, I was going to come down there
Check the knob.
and try and stand to the... I'm going to stand back a little bit, but I'm going to try and get Mel to open the door.
Yeah, I'll try the door handle.
Did you wiggle it?
So, go ahead.
I believe the technical term for opening a door is jiggling it. I jiggle it.
Did you jiggle it?
So you put your hand on the doorknob, and when you go to touch the metal to turn the knob itself, it appears as though the iron from the door handle is formed into the wood, and where the wood and iron meet are completely fused together. There's no movement of the handle.
Oh shit.
Hmm.
What does it look like the material of the door is made out of?
Still the same wood and metal.
Oh, easy enough. Free action? Can I freely move over?
Yeah, I mean, I need you guys to move your tokens so I know what you're doing and where you're at.
I'll step back.
You're good.
Pardon me.
Give you some room.
excuse
I'll give you
me.
some room there. There you go.
He's gonna
Oh,
come
go
around
back
the
up.
corner.
Go back
so
up.
she can
I'm
see.
sorry. Pardon me. Excuse me. Pardon me.
Dosey do, dosey do.
Can you hold this big axe for me now? And he pulls out a giant, dual-bladed, like war axe that's been like purposely sharpened for cleaving like small trees out of his backpack, and he says, "Just take a step back here." And puts two hands on it, spits in one, and slaps it on the handle of the axe and wings it up and then slams it into the door. Does my axe break?
Nope. Go ahead and just make an attack check for me.
That's a critical hit.
Awesome.
Critical hit. That's a 29.
So your axe
I could almost
slams
hit,
down
like-
into this wood, and you instantly see the door buckle in the center where your axe has buried itself deep. Go ahead and roll me some damage.
All right, so should I roll critical damage?
Yes.
Yay. Love it. If
15.
that's a 13. I should have threw my Great Weapon Master and all my other stuff into it, but oh well.
No, it's fine. So with your 13, the axe begins to shove through as you put your body weight into it, and it's basically like a "here's Johnny" moment. As you lean
Yep.
as you lean into the door itself, putting your whole weight into it, and the door splinters forward, your eyes are met with a room filled with a mysterious darkness. Basically, almost everything is obscured except for a handful of glowing items on Jaron, and the little bit of light coming from these oil lanterns around the halls of this sewer starts to peek through the crack that you've made in the doorway, and you see Jaron standing there with his eyes closed in a meditative-like stance. with his mouth moving and his lips kind of gesturing words. A little bit of a faint mumble can be heard.
I'll say to him, don't worry, my friend, we'll get you out of there in just a couple of minutes.
Firefighter Chip to the rescue!
Stay calm, breathe in, breathe out.
So you take another
Rock
swing.
and roll.
You want to take another
Yeah.
swing on the door?
Yeah, this is still the same action. So
That's fine.
it's the same turn. Ooh, this wasn't so good. That's a 15. Alright. Let's see.
Say it's a door.
7.
Yeah, I can't take the dodge action,
Yeah.
right?
No.
Yeah.
7 points of damage.
So you out of frustration reach down and grab with one hand your axe and just pull this great axe back with tremendous force. And you rest it on your shoulder for a second, turn your shoulders to the side, and lunge it forward with the one arm out of frustration and just grunt as you bury the axe through the door. The axe head hits the wood, it splinters, and your fist pushes through the rest of the debris with the axe handle in its grip as your arm and shoulder force its way through the door. And you're kind of halfway between the threshold and the doorway, seeing Jaron there.
How much more is left?
Oh no, the door is open. It's open.
Okay, I was going to say, because I got a critical hit, I actually get to make an additional attack as a bonus action. So I could get 3 legit hits.
That's pretty dope,
'Cause
dude.
yeah.
I love fighting doors.
Yeah, so you've got
Hey,
the door open
Critical
now.
Role always had issues with him. Well, guess what? Bring an axe.
I've seen some doors put up a hell of a fuss.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so you've got the door open to this mysterious blackness, with Jaron standing there, partially illuminated by.
Well, Glowbob will approach.
You're talking about Bob the Spellbook?
No, I'm talking
No.
about the drift
No,
globe
his-
with the dancing lights
his
around
drift
it.
globe.
Glowbob.
Oh, okay, cool.
The, like Rave Bob, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'll put a token on there later. So you're gonna put the globe through the doorway.
Yeah.
All right. So as the globe goes through the doorway, it illuminates the rest of the room, and you all see the weathered desk covered in cobwebs and mildew, the rickety chair, the few personal effects, and a series of volumes of text that are haphazardly placed on a shelf on the back wall. And from your angle, Mel, you kind of barely pick up the edge of some cobblestones and a forward protrusion of a woman's head that appears to be a stone statue.
Okay. Well, yeah, I've only got sort of like a straight in view and it's sort of blocked. So Glowbob's just going to sort of drift over in front of Jaron and just start dancing for him. You can cheer him up.
Like a TikTok dance, yeah.
So, Jaron, you have this light presence flickering around you, illuminating the room, and what are you going to do?
I talk to the party. There's a hole in the door.
Yeah. They broke your silence.
Yeah. Be careful as you enter. The presence here doesn't really like us very much. I had a very not pleasant telepathic conversation with it.
Intriguing. I'll go in. Follow Glowbob. That's okay.
You're going to step into the doorway?
Yep. Boop.
Go ahead and roll me the dexterity saving throw.
Oh, another one? Okay,
Yep.
sure. Dexterity savings throw. Is it rolling? Isn't it rolling? D&D Beyond, roll! Alright, I'm going manual.
That's fine. Physical dice are cool.
But Chip would look over at Venlee and be like, have you found the corner of the next page yet?
18.
All right.
Nice.
So with your 18, you also fail.
Mhm.
And as you step through the doorway and into this newly illuminated room, you're frozen in your space. And you start also getting a series of harassing laughter and groaning and agonizing cries that just torment your thoughts and overtake your own, scatterbrained mess of visual imagery.
So mechanically, what does that mean?
I mean, right now you're basically just experiencing this. I would say that in combat, maybe there'll be some disadvantage stuff, but really it was more for whether or not you'd be plagued by what this thing is plaguing you with.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, that's obnoxious. Usually I like to keep my trips more pleasant than this. So, does it seem like this is something that that could possibly be a bidirectional communication, or does it just sound like it's sort of background noise?
Are you saying, like, could you talk back to it?
Right. Yes, I have a lot of experience talking to the voices in my head. I would like to try that now.
Yeah, so you go ahead and focus your thoughts and attempt to contact whatever is harassing your mind. And when you do so, go ahead and make me a wisdom save.
Hey man, it sounds like you're having a bad day. Now this has got to be magic, right?
Yeah. And you get to add 6 to whatever you roll because you're next to me.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, that's right. So actually, I got a 24 on that deck save.
Well, no, you weren't next to me when you entered the room.
Well, I mean, I was less than 10 feet away from you. Isn't that the radius?
Yeah, it is.
So yeah, I got a 24 on that earlier deck save. If you want to retcon that or anything, but
yeah,
if
that's
not,
fine.
That's
no,
fine.
I'll retcon it. That's good. So when you step into the room, you are not affected by what Jaron was affected by.
Cool. Can I still hear them? They just don't bother me.
No, actually, the room is eerily silent.
Maybe I'll change that.
But now that you've come into the room, you also do notice the dried up, what looks to be like a water basin or fountain with the statue of a strange woman holding a pestle with 1 foot inside of a giant mortar and a series of vines sculpted into the stonework that grow up to it with woodland creatures climbing up and down the vines.
Cool. Does it look like the statue is part of the basin or is just sitting in the basin?
It's a part of it. So basically like a water fountain that would squirt water out. This is the statue that's sculpted up out of the stone basin itself. I mean, maybe they're in separate pieces, but it's intentionally a part of it. It's not like placed in it haphazardly.
Okay. I'm going to wander over that to look at it and let somebody else do stuff.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I'll go in now. That I mean, might as well.
Might as well, since Jared's standing there giving everybody a plus,
Yeah.
6? Is that what he said?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
so go ahead and make the same save again for me.
Plus 6.
Yeah.
Looks like
And
we
I
got a
don't have to roll with the disadvantage, right? I just roll.
No,
with
the only reason Jaron did was because Jaron walked in like he did.
Thank you, Valen 1990, Falcom Zion, and of Lair Plays for.
Oh, what's up, Avalar? Thanks for the bits, man.
Avalar
That's a 24.
All right, so you pass your save as well. So you walk into the room and you
I
don't.
want to go look at the desk.
All right. So you walk up to this old cobwebbed over desk and go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
That's a 29.
Excellent. When you look upon the desk, of course, in addition to seeing just some personal effects and general, stationary items that one would keep at a desk, dried up ink pot, old weathered quill, and some papers, you notice that sitting on the desk itself, dusted over and grown with cobwebs, under a stack of yellowed and mildewed sheets of paper that were haphazardly scrawled on with a pen as though to wet the nib. Below those aged and yellowed papers is a black leather-bound book that has green scum and like lichen mold or moss growing around the edges of its binding and the top side of the pages. And the book itself is partially opened with a red ribbon down the middle marking a page.
Can I read what it says?
Yeah. So you pick up the book, and as you read the page where the ribbon is marked, you notice immediately that it's a journal entry. And the journal entry says, "I've made more progress on finding a way to revive my love, but it means renouncing everything." And then on the page after that, he has a diagram drawn of a magic circle. It appears to have strange runic-like symbols around the outer edge with geometric forms connecting the circle on its outer edges. And then at the center of the sigil is actually a strange yet familiar-looking pictogram of something that you have seen in your mind's eye.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. I think.
So the pictogram, it appears to be a crudely drawn hut.
Oh.
So it's like 3 scratch marks at the top in the shape of like a teepee, and a cylinder-like sigil drawn underneath with a runic-like symbol drawn in the middle where a door would be, and 2 additional runic-like symbols drawn to the left and the right of this door space that appeared to be in the place where windows would be.
Okay, I'm gonna step over real quick, and I'm gonna read all that out loud to everybody, and then I want to pick up the rug. Is that a rug right there?
Yeah.
I want to lift up the rug and take a look.
Okay. So as you lift up the rug, when you pull it back, underneath is a similar magic circle to the one drawn in the book, and the remnants of candle wax at 4 corners in the cardinal directions.
Okay. I guess like a Jaron, I think we've seen something like this before.
Yes, the priest was trying to communicate with Baba Yaga.
Well, do you remember where we saw the other one?
It was somewhere in the mansion.
No, it was in his house.
Mayor's house.
The mayor's house.
Oh, yeah, there was a magic stick on
the mayor's house. When you guys snuck up into the bedroom, I don't know that you told the whole party that.
Yeah, Harvey was the one that saw it. No, Harvey.
Oh, yeah, he told everyone.
Harvey
y'all
saw
were
it, and
like,
he definitely
"Stop
told
telling us."
Venlee.
You were like, stop telling us. We know about circles. And I was like, "Look, this circle's different."
Well, I think Uni saw it and told me.
Yeah. So yeah, if you guys inspect the circle, I mean, you can look at it or make rolls against it or whatever you'd like, but Venlee kind of announces the presence of this magic circle hidden under this rug in the room, and that you all had seen something familiar that was vaguely described in the mayor's mansion.
So am I understanding this right? The old priest had his office in the sewer.
It appears that way.
He was trapped there.
Yeah, so out of game, maybe there's a reason he was hiding down here doing what he was doing.
Yeah, seems perfectly legit.
All right, so it looks like we got some rolls from Harvey for an investigation. Are you entering the room, Harvey, or are you looking from a distance?
Harvey's gonna enter the room.
All right, make the same roll for me as well. Dex save. And we'll go ahead and give you the investigation regardless of the results. So as you go to step forward through the room, your eagle-like eyes zoom in and almost click like a camera lens, 3, 4, 5 times zoom, and they dart around in almost a 180-degree direction, catching every little angle and making mental photographs of this magic sigil. You do also pass your save. So as you walk closer to it and the zoom comes back to a full view, looking past your bird beak, you instantly identify that this symbol and the way it is drawn looks exactly the same as the one that you peeked at underneath the rug that was hidden under the mayor's bed.
Oh, that's fucking weird, mate. It's the same circle here that was the one in the mayor's house.
It's very suspicious.
Anybody else want to make any rolls or checks?
I mean, I'll roll, I guess.
What would you need me to roll, like a history?
Yeah, you can roll history if you'd like.
Can I Arcana that circle to see
Absolutely.
if Alright, I'll do that. See if I can get the electronic dice to work this time.
What about like a nature? Could I do nature instead?
Nature's fine, yeah.
I mean, would another investigation be worth it or no?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
So,
How bad a roll can Harvey do?
All right, let me check
Oh,
on these
I-
rolls here.
I know that
that was
I
terrible.
think Happy can send Bob in to do an investigation. I think she's probably not going to go in and have us all in the same weird room.
Yeah.
But
Harvey
she'll
wants
send
to-
Bob in.
Okay.
Harvey wants to figure out what the effect is. There's like a shiver that comes over everybody that goes in.
All right. So that's more what you're looking at, Harvey, with your Arcana roll?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Harvey, with your 20 Arcana, you realize that entering the room and the way that the presence is hitting people definitely harkens to the presence of a creature or an area of magical effect. You're not quite sure what it is, but the presence of cold typically indicates death from where you're from. Death, decay, and those that have crossed over. Venlee, with your investigation check, as you kneel down in a kung fu-like pose, just kind of balancing on your heels of your feet, you look down and inspect this magic sigil. And looking at it with a little bit closer detail, one thing that you instantly are able to point out is that this magic sigil, in its drawing with the 4 cardinal points marked by candle wax, also has additional lines connecting on the inside of the symbol that make the same drawing as what you see in the book. A crude A-frame crossed over angled lines that look like a teepee with a cylindrical-like shaped U drawn underneath and some 3 magical runes drawn in the window and door locations.
So, Avvina, having taken psychic damage from the entity that was in the room, would be very hesitant to go back to face it, so she's gonna stay outside.
Okay.
What is Jaron able? Is he still communicating with the presence, or is it?
No,
is
you
he
can do
still-
whatever. The presence is still just harassing you, so no matter where you go or where you walk around, it seems you can't seem to escape the incessant laughter and the anguished sounds of torture and groaning and sadness.
Can I try to communicate with it again?
Sure, go ahead and roll me a wisdom save. So, Mel, with your Arcana roll, you crouch down and you pull out a carrot from your pouch and you begin to nibble on it. Not even really eating it per se, just crunching it between your teeth like a person who would chew on a wooden pencil. And the bits and pieces of the carrots fall down on the floor. You stare at Venlee for a few seconds, and then you look down because you recognize that some of your carrot crumbs have started to fall on the magic sigil. And as you stare down at where the carrot crumbs have collected on this strange white outline, you kind of inspect the circle a little bit more, and you realize with your Arcana check that the circle has 3 points inside of it that are marked in the shape of a triangle that are different than the 4 cardinal directions on the outer edge that are marked with the candle wax. And these 3 major lines that connect form a triangle, and then on the inside of the triangle a square, and then on the inside of the square a circle, and then on the inside of the circle the shape that appears to be a pictogram of a strange little hut. And you have a moment of clarity, and Pump looks at you and he honks his red nose and he goes, and when he does that, you get this revelation in your mind, and his pantomime speaks to you of the honking nose as like danger alarm or danger Will Robinson. And this flash of brilliance comes through, and instantly you know that this is an arcane circle of protection.
Circle of protection, like it protects the area, or it protects...
It would protect the person inside of the circle.
I see. Oh, I gotcha. So, like the sort of thing you would stand in, for instance, if you're going to summon stuff.
Exactly.
Okay.
Or if you were having weird thoughts in your head.
Sure. Yeah. I might just start doing one of these every morning.
Thank you for whoever's adding the circle for me.
Hump would
Cool.
probably be willing to draw that for you every morning.
Right.
Go
Okay.
ahead.
Jaron, you rolled your wisdom save, and this time
I failed.
No, you actually passed the wisdom save.
Okay.
So this time you are able to command the current of your thoughts and direct your mind with almost an attacking-like precision as you ask your question to the incessant call of chaotic sounds and voices. What do you say?
Say, I know that Baba Yaga failed you. This is all in my head. I know that Baba Yaga failed you. She's failed at some level all of us. And if you want help, if you want any help, let us know. If not, we'll leave you alone.
So when you attempt to communicate again, this time the incessant laughing and groaning and torturous sounds, they funnel down into one collected voice, and the voice speaks calmly and says, "You will never disturb her remains again. You will never disturb her remains again. You will never disturb her remains again." And it just keeps repeating. And with that... Ooh, nice. Come here.
Somebody quick, click the answering machine and hit delete message.
So you... hold on one second.
Any chance we can pause that recording?
Well,
So you're gonna take 19 points of psychic
Who, me?
damage. No, I'm talking to Jaron.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, you wouldn't be hearing that
Dang.
recording. You wouldn't be
Yeah,
hearing that
sorry.
recording. That's inside of Jaron's thoughts.
So he's punishing me for asking a question?
Yep. You take 19 points of psychic damage as you feel a slow, hot coal-like burning protrusion poking you through your pectoral muscle like an outstretched finger.
Ouch.
Darren's kind of like, screw this, I'm out. And he walks through the broken door.
I was just about to do something.
Or do you want me to come? You want me to come back?
It's probably better that I don't.
Oh Lord.
If he says that, then I think we should go with it. Oh my God.
I still might do it
Go ahead.
if we need to get the party started, but not quite yet. I want to look at this, examine this basin more.
Go for it.
Yeah, does it look like it has any sort of like funky arcane purpose to it, or is it just lawn decoration?
So we'll just keep your same Arcana roll from before. So you turn around and you inspect the basin with the strange statue, and written around the edges of the statue in a strange language is kind of what you can assume is the brief like poetry or a small story that accompanies the statue. And give me 1 second to look at your character sheet, because I don't remember a whole lot about you.
Elvish, Gnomish, and Sylvan.
Okay, perfect. So you would understand it then. It's written in Sylvan. And the statue itself is basically like a statue in memoriam or honor to Baba Yaga. And the inscription on the basin of the statue says, "The grandmother of the woods, protector of the Fae, and small folk alike." And then it written in just symbols, but these are more like runic symbols, is the name Baba Yaga.
Oh, she seems nice.
He is not.
Possibly.
Jaron cast lay on hands on himself. And his divine magic kind of fizzled a little bit. It's not working quite right. The spell still went off, but it wasn't as easy as it should have been.
Well,
You're
I'm
having some
confused.
struggles there.
I'm confused. Jaron said something about evil in this room, and I'm not getting it. Anybody else getting the evil vibe?
Somebody else failed to save.
Is
Like,
that
no, it feels cold in here. Like there's a. You ever seen the traveling troupe of bards? They do the performance called Ghost Hunters.
Ghost hunters. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, you know, like a weird cold,
Hmm.
like a open grave, you know.
Gotcha. Oh, I'm sorry. With the inscriptions on the cistern and everything, did anything appear to be arcane in nature, or was this just like a memorial?
No, so the statue itself is more just a memorial. You can see some like burnt incense that would have been laid in it, but mostly you just notice that there's a green ring where water would have been if it were working, and has kind of scummed over, and it looks weathered in the places where the water would have trickled down the statue and into the basin.
Seems nice. If I ever have a backyard, maybe I'll install one of these.
Baba Yaga bird bath. You got yours here first.
Yeah, but the water's too dirty for me to take a bath right now.
All right, so we got a room, we got a sigil on the floor underneath the carpet, we've got some books on the wall, we've got Venlee with some information, some new revelations about this being a circle of protection, and a strange pictogram, runic-like symbol depicting a hut.
Now, I'm sorry. I know there was the pictogram of the hut in the middle of the circle. Was there a pictogram of a hut somewhere else as well?
So unbeknownst to you, it's in the book that Venlee's reading. Venlee said she shared it with everyone.
Yeah, I mean, I read her everything out loud and had a picture and
Yeah.
Okay.
She
Yes,
did
I showed everybody.
story
He picked
time.
up a book at the mayor's place. He got a letter written to my dearest Megan and a book. Is that right?
no, we just saw we snuck upstairs and underneath his bed.
So there was the business ledger, which was the book, and then there was a letter that Harvey managed to slightly pull out with one of his weapons by the handle staff and read from a distance before sliding it back and closing the drawer.
Okay, but he still had the ledger book, right?
Well, what kind of book is it though? I mean, it's got the thing. Is it like
It's like a journal. This is this one's like a journal. It's almost like he was doing experiments.
Okay. Okay. All right. That makes sense. So it's not like Archface summoning for dummies or anything. It's like he was working. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, and I'll take the book and I'll pocket it.
All right, so you put the book down in your pouch. And
Yeah.
What do you guys want to do now?
I'm still looking for evil. I'd like to rifle through the desk some more, unless Venlee's already covered all that.
Yeah, I say I'm gonna go to the bookshelf.
All right.
Take a look.
I'll join Venlee at the bookshelf, and we'll look for evil there.
So you guys go over to the bookcase and go ahead and roll me some investigation checks.
Uh, 17.
Not bad.
Yeah, 14.
Yeah.
No,
All
wait, no. Investigation. Oh, my investigation's really good. That's a dirty 20.
All right. The two of you walk over to the bookcase and you see similar stacks of leather-bound books like these. They look to be handmade paper and hand-stitched on the binding. Different colors of leather, not in any kind of particular care. Very well handled. Mel, when you open one of the books, it appears to be sermon notes. And in the back sides of each page where a sermon was written is what appears to be a cryptic-like love letter written to someone. And then Venlee, the series of books that you open have similar things, but as you begin to page through and flip towards the back, the books change from sermon notes to paranoid gossip about the members of the town. each page mentions someone by name that the author suspects of foul play and continues to focus back on his love interest, the woman named Megan Fair. And further flipping in the books, the writing becomes more and more incoherent, and it becomes littered with research on different magics and dark rituals and other items and spells and trinkets that can be used to speak with, summon, revive, or completely cancel death.
Who's good at arcana stuff? Mel, I guess. I'll toss you this book.
Okay.
Just toss it over to you.
I completely miss it. I try to catch it. It bounces off my head.
So
Kicked it around the floor a couple of times.
So as you bobble
goes into
for
the sigil.
Yeah, as you bobble for the book and it gets kicked into the sigil, part of the chalk outline gets kind of scuffed away by the book, and Pump leans down, picks up the book, and bows over, draping his hand across his chest real formal-like, and hands the book open to you about midway of the spine, and puts it in your hand before letting go.
Okay.
And you inspect the book, and similar, like I described, as you flip through, the writings and ravings get more and more incoherent, but the presence of spells, the mention of artifacts and implements to revive or reverse death are mentioned. And go ahead and roll me an Arcana check real quick.
Okay.
And then I do want to get back to some of the other people as well. Harvey, Chip, Jaron, and Happy will get with you, so let me know what you guys are going to be doing here in just a minute.
23.
All right, sweet.
And, I sent you a DM.
You did? Okay. Are you stepping out?
I mean, I figured we searched everything in this room, I would think, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm so sorry. Let me take care of this real quick. Give me 1 second.
Thanks, sweetie.
Yeah, no worries. Alrighty. Oop, wrong one. There we go. All right, cool. So with your 23 Mel, as you start to thumb through the back part of the book and you get to the really crazy bits that are written all about magic, just the way that this person writes, it sort of makes sense to you because it's scatter plots and mind maps and matrices and all sorts of things connected by lines like Charlie Day on It's Always Sunny explaining a conspiracy theory, or like the whodunit mentality of the string maps on the wall. And you follow this crazed writer's path deeper into his research, just skimming through real quick. And a few things stick out to you. The same recurrent symbol of the crossed over A-frame looking teepee atop a square, atop some sigils that appears to be a pictogram of a hut. But you do pick up some other clues written in there as well. And it says items needed for Megan's revival. And one of the items written below is blood of a loved one, which has a check mark next to it and scratched through. The second item below that says blue rose ? With like 3 or 4 question marks dotted beside it. And then the very last item says pact with the witch queen and has a question mark next to it as well. Brian, I think you're muted or the audio's not coming through for you.
Yep, there we go.
Sorry.
So that's basically the only stuff we found of interest in the bookshelf on the desk?
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, like Venlee said, this person's been down here like pouring through and studying and experimenting and trying their best to find a way to revive their loved one, Megan Fair.
Cool. I pluck a few discordant notes on the lyre on the desk.
Nice. You pluck the detuned instrument and it rattles against the rust on the strings and the warped fretboard where the wood is swelled and puckered. And let's go ahead and cut back.
Attacks you.
Yeah, right. It's a mimic. Harvey, Chip, Jaron, Happy. What are you guys doing?
Jim, where are the other doors in the room? Is there a door here, or is there only one up top?
So there's a door here, and then there's a door up top. The door here is a metal vault-like door with another turn crank handle. No windows or light can be seen peeking around it. And then the door here is another wooden door with an iron latch and one of those peepholes at the top.
And Mel already looked into it.
He looked into it and saw a giant, empty, circular room with just a series of strange items gathered all around the floor. It looks to be old crates and some, weathered bedrolls and just some junk, essentially.
I guess I would check out the room to the west, east to the east.
All right.
I don't know my cardinal directions.
It's okay. So you move over to the door?
Yeah.
Okay. What are you going to do?
I am gonna have Avvina. Is it locked?
So you reach down to grab the turnstile metal crank in the middle of the door, and it does not budge.
Is there any lock to pick?
Roll me a perception check.
So I'm gonna sub Avvina and so Avvina. So Avvina rolls a 30 on her perception check.
So Avvina looks at the door crank, and she notices that much the same as the other vault that was opened by Harvey, this is going to require some thieves' tools or some prying to force the turn crank handle to move past the lock on the tumbler.
So Avvina will attempt to pick the lock.
Go ahead and roll me for that.
Okay, that's fine. Put him proficiency 15. Low on the sleight of hand.
She is unsuccessful at picking the lock, and one of the picks snaps.
Can she still take another action, or is that her action?
Yeah, I mean, you're a role player. You can do stuff like that.
So she's gonna cast a firebolt at the door.
All right, so
Not a little happy at the moment.
she cast her spell. Go ahead and roll me the attack damage. You don't have to roll to hit.
I don't have to roll to hit.
No, I mean, you're standing right in front of the door.
Okay.
Somebody's messing with my map.
D10.
All right, so
So 16 damage to the door.
all right. So she attempts to cast her firebolt spell against the door, and when the flame impacts the steel barrier, it reflects back against her, dealing half damage.
Okay. So 8 points of damage.
Yep. Happy and Chip, what are you guys doing? Harvey as well.
So was she able to get in the door?
No.
No. No.
All right. Can Harvey give it a try? All right. Can I give me a try, mate?
Go
Yeah.
for it.
Go ahead.
What's up, Homebrew? Thanks for stopping by.
Hell yeah.
14.
Yeah, so
Can I guidance that?
sure.
No, I guidance that.
Yeah, go for it.
Fuck, 1. 15.
All right, yeah, so you attempt to pick the lock on the door, and you also break a lock pick in the tumbler.
Homebrew. What's your favorite class? What's your preferred class?
All right, so the three of you stand at a steel door, barred beyond entry to the best of your efforts at this point. Chip and Happy, what are you guys gonna do?
I mean, has he gotten the door down?
No.
Well, I'm not gonna try and take a man's thunder from him. So I sit
Nah,
back
mate.
and
You need to. Where'd you put that stick?
I
Need,
look
get some
back.
leverage on this door, mate.
Well, we don't need to lift it off its hinges. We can just go right through it.
Yeah.
How are you going to go through
Yeah.
it?
That.
Is it what material is it made out of?
It's a
So,
metal door.
yeah, like
Oh,
I
it is
described
metal.
before, it's a steel vaulted door riveted and has a metal turn-like crank in the middle.
All right.
Did one of you collect any acid from that ooze?
Oh yeah.
Mm,
Harvey would like to fly out and get some acid.
I go over.
At the door.
I think Happy's
Pick up my
ritual
glaive.
casting water breathing just because she still thinks we're all going to drink.
You can cast that on everyone.
That is awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. Okay.
I dig the way you think.
And Chip is he's gonna go over. He's gonna pick up his glaive, and then he's gonna come over and with his glaive, he's gonna take it and slide it underneath the door, as Harvey suggested. Go ahead.
Oh, no,
So-
you're good. You're good. So you
Okay,
have
so-
your glaive wedged into the bottom of the door, and then Harvey floats up to you, kind of flapping on his wings, dragging his talons against the floor with a little jar full of acid. Previously, this jar would have had, some pickled mouse toes or pickled mouse tails in it that Harvey had recently finished eating.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think anything was going to be, like worse than pickled mouse tails, but toes was worse.
All right, so do you...
Oh yeah. Do you need me to roll an athletics check?
No, so, I mean, are you guys pouring the acid on the door and then attempting to bar it open?
Oh yeah. I was asking if you need me to roll like an athletics check to lift this thing up.
Yeah, so that's fine. So you go ahead and you pour the acid on the door where the hinges meet the corner of the wall. And then, Chip, you wedge your glaive down into the floor and put the shaft of the glaive across your shoulder and stand up on your tippy toes, pushing with all your might. Unfortunately, as you do, you push on the door and it slides open a little bit in toward the room, but it is still partially stuck where the acid hasn't quite fizzled the hinge down.
And I got an 11 to pry it up.
Yeah, I got that already. That's what I was just describing.
Okay.
So you basically partially pried the door open, but the acid is still eating at the hinges.
So this is what I'll do. I'll look over at Harvey and I'll say, Harvey, help me push. Ah!
Look, Jaron would help him push.
All right, so the two of you push the door open. Go ahead and roll for that.
A strength.
Yep.
What do you want to roll?
Strength check.
You guys
Okay.
sure you don't want to wait till Happy finishes casting that spell before you open the metal vault door?
It's too late.
Go for it. All right.
26.
Yeah, so you push on this now newly acidically eroded door, and as you do, the steel door itself falls down flat and slams to the floor. And give me 1 second and I'll show you some stuff.
Thank you.
When Mel comes up with a sensible thing and gets overruled.
No problem.
Yeah, you got issues there.
No problem, my friend. I will always help you.
All right, so the door opens up, and the door is laying on the floor, occupying the first 10 feet of these two squares leading in. And in front of you, Chip, is two giant barrels of what appear to be some sort of spirits.
So I instantly pull the glaive up and go into a defensive pose and go, ah! And then go, looks like there's no big threat behind this door. All right, well,
Look,
need me. I'll be right here.
but why would someone have me down in the sewer? Doesn't make any sense.
Wait, is that? And then Chip immediately starts to walk towards it.
Roll me a dexterity save and throw a disadvantage.
Oh, fuck. Can I do that twice? Chip don't give no F's right now.
All right. Harvey was following Chip right in there too. That was
Harvey's
disadvantage.
within
Heck
10
yeah,
feet
dude.
of me.
17 with disadvantage.
Yeah, you fail.
I don't give a shit.
Harvey got.
I'm impressed with that.
Be an 18 for Harvey with.
You also fail.
Because didn't you say like a
All right.
19 failed?
Huh? This is a little bit different. So give me 1 second here.
I mean, you're close enough that you get to add 6 to yours.
Oh, 19 for Harvey. 19.
Yeah,
Plus
still
it.
still.
Still failed.
Yeah. Is that with the 6 added, the 19?
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
that fails.
25,
Yeah.
bro. That's a 25.
Can I
Why are we
that?
even rolling?
You're more than 10 feet away from Jaron.
I can't save against that. I can't save against that.
No, that's where he was saying it's probably a 25.
Yeah. Like, I
Dice
legit cannot save against it.
So you guys are going to take 46 points
Whoa!
of piercing damage.
Of what?
Piercing damage.
Just what hits me?
Fucking
For
hell.
46?
As the two of you walk through the wall, spikes
Well, we
protrude.
don't walk through a
walk
wall, we
through
walk
the
through a
doorway. Walk
Alright.
through the doorway. Spikes protrude from the entryway on both sides.
Nobody checks for traps.
Fuck that. Who needs
Are these
Nobody-
were these ranged? Were these ranged attacks?
Let's see.
No, they're just regular thrusting metal spikes that come out.
Can I give a raging scream to start my rage? It's more like a frightful rage. Like a
So well, I mean, right now the two of you all have been very perilously myrtleized on,
I'm not murdered. I'm happy.
and
Fucking
the
every
two of you.
time I go for another drink, it's fucking
Mel
breaking
told
my
you
heart.
to slow down, and you guys ran him without checking.
The two
This
of you.
is why we use the
Easily.
The
This
two
is
of
why
you.
we use the back.
The two of you are pinned in between these spikes that are pushing through you.
This is that movie. What was it? What is it? Oh my god! It's where like the two brothers go on like an epic tale because his wife's been kidnapped by like the evil dragon dude, and it's like a comedy. And it's like the two brothers, and like at the end of the movie, what they end up doing is they hire like this big barbarian guy, and he's like, "I'll go first, my friends," and he steps on a pad, and this giant fucking booby trap comes out with spikes and impales and kills him instantly and pulls him to the darkness. And everybody's like, "Well, we shouldn't step there." That's what we did, Harvey. That is exactly
yeah.
what we did. We stepped on the plate. We got ourselves.
We played Mind
Penetrated.
Detective. We played Ghost Mind Detective.
There's
Yeah.
how many? Dude. That's 3.
Yeah.
That's all that-
Nice.
DM, you said that they're stuck.
Yeah, so basically, the spikes have grown together like this. I mean, they came out of both sides of the entryway and just chink. So I mean, they're pinned in between spikes that are impaling their shoulders, their chest, their stomach. I mean, they're really fucked up right now.
Can I try to get them out?
Help.
Yeah, I mean, what would you do?
I would try to push the spikes apart enough for Harvey to get out and work my way to Chip.
So go ahead and make a strength check, trying to push the spikes back away from their impaled bodies.
Oh, my kidney.
I'm gonna go ahead. I need to take a drink. Fucking hell.
The sip is
shit.
there. I can almost touch it.
Yeah, so you attempt.
Oh wait,
I'm
I
gonna guide it.
I still have inspiration. I can re-roll.
Go for it.
25.
All right. So with your 25,
I'm so scared. I wish I had a ham sandwich to calm my nerves.
oh man, thanks for that, Sonata. No, so with your 25, you reach up and you see Harvey pinned in there sideways like this, and you grab at a spike on one side of his shoulder and a spike on the other side behind his, in front of his chest where it's pinned in between, and you attempt to just kind of roid rage, Incredible Hulk that shit and pull it aside. And you manage to basically just push the one set of spikes that match perfectly to a point in the middle back into the stone recessed holes that have Harvey bound. But there's still a series of about 20 to 30 spikes on each of these traps that completely have your friends entangled or impaled.
Oh, this is lovely. This will go down in the.
There's nothing that I can do to get them out.
I mean, you could do that 30 more times, or you could find another way.
Yeah,
And then you'd have to do it like 30 more times for Chip.
Does anybody have shatter? If they telepathically.
I'm sure there's probably something I've got, but I'm still over in the other room. I assume that I heard Chip rage shit his pants.
Well, I just reached out to you telepathically, so you would hear that.
Okay.
It's more of a frightful rage.
Spike traps go.
He's like, oh shit! Ah!
Cool.
I don't think I have shatter.
I think my dog just farted.
Why is it your dog farts on every game?
Do you need to share that with us for some reason?
Can I run and jump over?
Yeah, what do you want to do, Venlee?
I want to run and jump over all three of them and go to the kegs.
You are not able to.
Oh.
So the spikes are literally from floor to doorway top. I mean, they're literally like human pin cushions pinned sideways in between these spikes, barring the entry further and preventing them from coming out.
Well, how about this? I will, a place I can see. I'm gonna use my Blessing of the Raven Queen and pop over here.
All right, that's fine. So as you...
Harvey's gonna, yeah, sorry, never mind, go ahead.
It's okay. As you pop into the room, you now perch atop the two 10-foot tall wooden casks that are balanced upon you-like saddles carved out of ornate wood. And you see your friends pinned sideways, their faces smashed and their necks turned and twisted as these spikes have them, you know, cocktail olived between, right next to each other, you know, beak to nose. And they're just kind of they're forced to look at each other, stuck and dripping with blood.
I like you, Chip, but I don't like you this much.
Is this like a pig situation here?
This is sweet. It's a Valentine's Day episode. Take a picture.
Can I look for?
That's the episode title: Beak to Nose.
Pain.
His plumage is all wrong.
His plumage is all. All right. Venlee, hold on.
Disarm this trap.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me a perception when you get into the room.
Oh shit! I hit the wrong thing. Oh shoot! That's 15.
Yeah. So with your 15, as you stare about the room, on the inside wall, opposite of the doorway, is a switch. It's like a wooden lever that's mounted into the masonry with a rope connected to it.
Okay, I'll pull the rope and...
So when you pull the rope, the spikes recede back into the wall, and they do so quickly and violently. And some of these spikes are bent and gnarled and rusted over, and so you can imagine how that felt going in. I'm sure it feels great pulling out.
That's unfortunate. I was just about to cast Reduce on those spikes to make this much easier, but okay.
Quick,
I'm
give
just
us a
wondering if
recipe.
everybody's up to date on their tetanus shots.
Tetanus, what?
All right, so the two of you are recently freed from the spike trap and collapse to the floor.
Harvey's gonna reach into his pocket and pull out a flask and take a drink.
All right, so you take...
It's definitely needed. And
Roll me a Constitution save with disadvantage.
No, from his packet. His pack.
Yeah, you've been grievously wounded and you're leaking blood like a pincushion, and you're going to drink alcohol.
He just drinks and the alcohol sprays out the holes.
Yeah.
Well, whenever Harvey has a drink, he has this amulet. It smells like old ale-stained wood, really like a dirty pub. And he gains hit whenever he drinks a pint of beer, ale, or mead, or wine once per day.
Awesome. Yeah, you can definitely take the buff from drinking it. I'm totally fine with that. The con save is for just your overall demeanor of whether or not you're intoxicated.
How fun is Harvey going to be? I'm going to use inspiration on that one.
Yeah.
Let it happen. Let it happen.
Yeah, 19 plus.
So You
25.
you crack your beak to the side and you just swill it deep into your cheek, and like the Miami Hurricanes mascot with the puff of steam coming out, you choke down this very volatile spirit that you haven't shared with your friends yet, and just the vapors of this alcohol come out your nose with a little puff of a flame that ignites. Your eyes go rainbow and swirly, and you crack open your mouth and you go.
Chip smells it immediately. Friends share.
I pass it to Chip.
Chip,
God.
roll me a con save with disadvantage.
It's not rum and alcohol, I promise.
Then why are we drinking it?
It's that hooch, man.
Alright, so
Are you drinking it now,
That
mate?
fey hooch.
and I roll with disadvantage.
Yep.
So I actually roll with advantage against effects that I can see while not blinded.
Well, it's
deafened.
poisoned. Alcohol is poison.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah, +6 for me, so.
Yeah, Barbarian Rage doesn't protect you from poison.
Are you sure?
I know. Because I play one.
Very good point.
Actually,
Because you play one doesn't
Psychic
mean
damage either.
Yep.
you don't know Jack to do squat, man. I play one too. I'm gonna find it in the rules.
It's okay.
If it doesn't say it's there,
Well,
then that means it can still work, I
lem-
think.
Let me catch up with Happy,
Alright,
because
yeah.
I need to give her
Do your
some
thing.
screen time and let her figure out what she wants to do.
Yeah,
You've been over there conjuring a spell together for water breathing, and a series of gills appear along your neck. And they-
Everybody's, because it's a party of 10, right?
oh shit, you get everybody?
yeah, everybody.
Okay, cool. Is
And
there?
I think it's 8 hours, if I'm right. 24 hours.
Okay.
Yeah. So 10 willing creatures. But
So-
Mel's going to be willing this time. Thank you.
As her spell goes off, you guys are talking, and then all of a sudden it's like the air is just knocked from your lungs, and the normal path of breath you take slightly trickles out from the slit openings of the gills along your neck, and it takes a few moments of catching your rhythm to be able to figure out how to breathe with your nose still and yet have gills along your neck. Some of you would reach up and touch your neck and feel these slits, but realize that there's no wound there. Instead, it's a mucousy-like secretion that coats the side of your skin or your feathers.
So, Avvina is going to cast Healing Spirit in between Harvey and.
Okay.
And it's a spirit, it stays there for a minute as long as maintain concentration, and it can heal every turn anybody that enters the area.
Okay.
So, for the first turn, to 8 points healing to
Nice.
each of you.
Okay. And Happy, was there still more you were doing? Because I don't want to interrupt you had your spell for the water breathing. What else? You stand near the hallway that you crossed through to get to this eastern part of the sewer cistern. And then to the north of you, the strange wooden door with the iron latch and the peephole.
Yeah,
That
I
is
think
also open
I'm
now.
still kind of concerned that we're off here and like nobody's watching the back door. So I think I'll probably send Bob like just on a tour around over here,
Okay.
to make sure that there's no activity, you know.
So Bob flies back down the hallway, weaves his way between this spike traps that grow up from the floor, like tree limbs that protrude into the ceiling. And he makes it back to the cistern and sees that everything is fairly quiet. Slight flickering of the oil lamps and the dripping sounds of the, water that trickles between the stonework from the soil above and the leaky pipeworks. Off in the distance, the faint groaning can still be heard from the north corridor.
I think I'm going to wait about the north corridor, but I think Bob's just going to stay here and keep an eye on things
Okay.
on the west side. Happy's keeping an eye on that north door to make sure nothing comes through and sneaks up on us. And we'll let everybody down here do stuff, and then we'll back them up when they decide to investigate north. How about that?
Okay. So you want to stop there, or you have anything else you want to do?
No, I think that's good. Thanks, sweetie.
Okay.
Thank you for the go.
So
Appreciate it.
You're very welcome.
let me cut back to Venlee real quick. Venlee, you're in this room, and you're standing atop these casks again after having pulled the spike trap lever back to retract them into the wall. And you see your bloodied companions laid in the floor taking sips of strange spirits. What do you want to do?
I just want to look around and just see what's in here.
So as you look around, I'll just give you with your passive. In addition to the two giant wooden casks that assumedly have some sort of spirits inside of them, you see a table with various measuring equipment and different instruments, some basins and beakers, some raw ingredients. It looks like various herbs and powders in small jars. And then over here you just see some crates stuffed with straw, and inside of them a few glass vials with some colored liquid. And then to the north, at the very back of the room, another steel vaulted door, but this time with 8 spoke wheel crank on it, similar to the vault door that was over here where the gray ooze was guarding.
Oh. Okay, well, I will... So this is some kind of lab, obviously. I will let the three, Chip, Harvey, Jaron, and I guess if Avvina can hear me, just let them know there's another door. Because I don't know anything about the other door, so...
What other door?
I'll just say the one that had the treasure and the...
Oh, yeah, okay, sorry. Yeah, you never...
I don't know
We
anything
still
about
all
that.
have a psychic link up because it didn't take concentration to do the water breathing, so we still have psychic link up, so you can talk to anybody you want.
Okay, well, I'll just tell her about what I see in here.
Gotcha.
And I go, I think this is some kind of lab. Someone who might know, more things about Arcana. That it looks like there's a whole bunch of crates with, I don't know, potions or something in it. I don't know.
Happy can come take a look if you want. Let's see.
I want to come take a look.
You're breaking up a little bit.
Well,
So Happy can come in. Is that right?
You have Misty Step.
Yeah, I could do that.
So 1 second, Wes, you were breaking up, then you said something about the book.
No, I just said it looks... I'm probably going to drop internet in a second. Okay, I'm back.
Okay, sorry about that.
I just said, for some reason, it just drops out every once in a while. I don't know why. Even though I just got an email that said they raised my Xfinity speed.
Oh, lovely.
I just tell them about the crates that look like they have potions or reagents, and it's some kind of lab.
So Happy
So-
came in and she rolled a 23 Arcana.
Nice. So you walk in, and with your passive, you see the room arrayed with the 2 giant wooden barrels that look like casks. You see the work table laid out with various laboratory equipment, beakers and flasks and ampules and, sachets of dried ingredients and jars of suspended ingredients and pickling solution. And then over to the northeast corner of the room, you see the open crates with hay stuffed inside to protect their contents, and a handful of the glass containers with liquid. The first thing that you notice with your Arcana of the 23, when you inspect the items haphazardly laid across this workstation, is another notebook. This one is actually just a series of papers kind of stuffed in a folio and folded over. And on top of it is a quill pen with red dried ink-like substance on the tip of the pen that has dribbled across the cover and onto the wooden surface of this work area. As you look at the dried ingredients, you immediately notice a full array of spell components for the average wizard. But one of the things that sticks out to you is a pot that looks like it has a plant cutting inside of it and a small green stalk that grows up from the pot with a new node that has just bloomed on the side. I'm assuming you would have walked over and looked at the crates too.
Yes.
So when you walk over to inspect the crates, you reach down into the straw stuffing that protects the packaging of the crate. And you reach down in and kind of bend over at the waist because you're so short and sort of gnome dive down into this fluffy straw. And you heft out from the bottom of it a large glass container with a swirling red substance. And then you set that to the side and you reach your hand down in a little bit further and you see a glittering purple substance that fizzles in its container, and it looks like when you hold your hand still, the force of whatever's in the container itself causes your hand to shake about somewhat violently.
Oh. Okay, so we've got those two, and then were there some other containers that Venlee had seen over in the other crate, or this was the...
Yeah, that was the crate that had like the potion type containers that she mentioned, and then the desk had like various, magical components and dried herbs and other things, and then of course the folio with the pages stuffed haphazardly in it and the writing quill with the red ink.
And what do I make of this plant? Because I think I'm going to take the potions and put them in my bag of holding, and I think I'm going to take the folio and put that in my backpack. But what do I think about this plant?
So when you look at the pot itself, it's a fairly simple terracotta-looking pot. It sits in a water basin with some pea gravel to drain excess water into, and it looks like the soil is still somewhat moist, although it appears that the sphagnum moss at the top is dry to the touch. The plant looks as though it's thriving, but from your careful inspection of it, it appears as though it has not actually been watered by someone in quite a long time. And when you look at the plant a little more, go ahead and roll me nature to pair up with your arcana, and I'll let you know what you get.
Okay. Un momento.
Harvey and Chip, you can take 9 more hit points to recover.
Okay, that's a 13.
All right, so your 13 veils you with information looking at the way that this plant shoots up out of the soil, and you recognize the stalk and the node that grows off the side of it to be that of a rose. And then, yeah.
So, didn't we see that one of the spell components that was written down was a blue rose?
Yeah, so when Venlee held the book, she read out the items that were needed to revive a life. And the 3 items that were mentioned were a blue rose, a pact with the Witch Queen, and the blood of a loved one.
Yeah, so guys, this may be the blue rose here.
Should we take it?
Yeah, I think we take this too. I'm probably going to wrap a scarf around it or something, and then I'll put it in the bag of holding.
All right, so you tuck this plant down in there with some muslin cloth wrapped around it to protect it like a bonsai tree, and stick it down in your bag. And you guys stand in this room, which is fairly well picked over with your recovering comrades who nearly died. A strange vaulted door to the north with an 8-spoked crank handle, and then outside in the main hall, the wooden door with the peephole to the north that Mel looked through originally. Now, let me go ahead and cut back. Let's see what Mel and Jaron and Avvina would be doing.
You want Mel?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Well, first of all, I got a question. Megan Fair, did we ever see an image of her? Do we know what she looks like?
No, so no one's actually seen her appearance.
Okay. All right. So, I don't know. I guess there's not much that I really want to do here. It seems like Happy's got things covered. Everybody's milling around in the hallway. I guess I will just be disappointed that I didn't find whatever that evil Jaron was talking about. And I guess me and Pump and Glowbob will come back out into the hallway and mill around a little bit. Let's see. So I don't know. Let's see. They said that there's another door in there, so I don't know. Oh well, I guess I'll ask. Are you guys planning on doing that door or the door out here? Which one do you?
I'll just say we've got this healing thing that needs to heal Harvey and Chip. So
I just want to give it some time.
Well,
Yeah.
I can move the
Sit
healing
back around.
spirit.
How long is it
Okay.
last?
I can move it 30 feet as a bonus action, so we can continue to move if we don't want to stay in the room.
Yeah, we could happen upon a counter at any moment, and they're only down 46.
yeah.
Well,
How long?
I've been,
How long will that heal for?
did you guys, for a minute, did you guys take the 9 HP that I rolled?
Yeah, the 9.
Yep.
Yeah.
I did the 9.
Yeah, did you do another 9?
Which one? Okay.
No, I have to roll again. It's 2d6. 5. Oh, we got 11.
Nice.
I can only do it once per turn as a bonus action.
Hey, that's fine.
Yeah.
Pretty good now.
Well, what did we see in the north room? Is it just a circular room? We didn't see any doors.
We only saw through the peephole and only Mel saw.
Oh, I see people up there. I'm going to go back to this people and just look up through there again and get a better look at this room because it was never really described. To me, at least.
Hazel, please don't bark, baby girl.
Because it looks occupied.
Yeah, when you initially, I don't know what's going on. Some of my stuff was supposed to be hidden, so I don't know if the map's been fucking up or somebody's messing with my tokens. Which I think somebody has because some spike traps got moved around, so you know who you are.
Yeah.
I didn't touch
Jason Osterbind.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Uh-huh. I think he unfogged these tokens too, but it's okay. It makes sense anyway. So, excuse me. Mel, as you wander back to the wooden door and you look through the peephole, you put your eye right up to the crack to try to look around and peer as far as you can in all directions. When you look at this room, you notice it's another cistern. No! It's another cistern like you went in before in the main area. But this time, instead of the room being empty, you see two female figures with their back turned and black cloaks draped over their back with red hair appearing, trailing down the back of the satin fabric. You see them kind of crowded around a glowing object, and then you hear the sounds of flapping and fluttering, and darting across your field of vision, you see another severed head with wings growing out from its temples.
Oh.
That's awesome.
Hey guys, I think I found the fun room.
I'm in. We can always come back to this door.
Yeah.
So, okay.
I'll run right here behind you.
I'll report this back to the group, I guess, as we're waiting for our injured companions to heal.
They can heal on the go, because it's just every bonus action.
Yeah, but we probably don't want to open the door until that's done, so, you know.
Okay.
And in the meantime, I will inspect the door to see if it appears resistant to the idea of opening.
So you go to touch the latch handle, and this latch handle is well actuated. It lifts easily, from the iron latch in front of the pocket of the door frame that catches the little swing handle that lays into it like a wedge.
Now, mind you, I'm not actually opening the door. I want to
Yeah,
wait.
you're just kind of like jiggling.
Just want to see if it's
Yep, it's a working.
Okay.
Well, can we just have Jason roll, then just say that we all stayed around there
That's fine.
without opening that door?
Okay. Well, if you guys come out in the hall, I can lay on hands.
Well, just
But I'll do one more roll with healing spirit. So
let's just fast forward through the healing spirits.
Yeah,
we don't
let's just
have
say
to do it in real
just
life.
roll.
so you got you got 6 more HP, and now you got
Means
9 more HP. I'm gonna do it one more time. And 5. So 6, 9, 5.
Everybody should be healed up then.
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
Harvey wants to know what's in these big barrels.
All right, so roll me an investigation check. And tell me how you're looking at them.
Kip, are you there?
Harvey is examining the barrels, seeing if there's any leakage. He's looking. You gotta find the bunghole to look. We'll look inside, see what's in there.
So you notice atop the barrels that there is a cork bung stopping up the hole where these would have been filled.
that sounds like an episode title right there. Find the bunghole.
You gotta pop that bung right off there.
So when you open the cask itself, you look down in one of them, and the contents of it are dry.
Fuck, that's one down.
When you look into the other one, the contents are a shimmering liquid that barely catches the ambient light in the room and gives you the hint of a deep crimson red.
I'm gonna cast light on a bullet, drop it in there.
All right. So you cast light on this faint object and you drop it into the hole, and it illuminates the barrel with this inner glow and instantly reveals to your bird-like eyes a red, semi-opaque liquid that appears to be some sort of spirit or wine.
All right, looks like we got some wine. Maybe. Does it smell like wine?
When you give it a sniff with your investigation, the scent of a well-aged reserve hits your nose. It's like a port wine.
Looks like there's a tap on the end of it.
Harvey's gonna look in his inventory list to see if he has a large sack. He's got a bag of holding.
You go pour wine into your bag of holding.
Yeah, it's like a big giant goon sack.
So you hop down off of the barrel with your talons clattering against the tile floor, and you open the bag of holding and pry on the wooden tap handle nozzle to open the valve and let some of the contents flow out into the bag. What else are you doing?
That's all I'm doing right now.
Okay. So the bag just continues to fill until you say you want to stop.
All right. I'll say when I want to stop is when I have a lot.
A lot? Okay. You wait a good bit and you can, interdimensionally feel the bag getting a little bit heavier. And you know that.
Yeah, this is what Harvey was doing while the healing spirit was up.
Yeah. All right, so you fill your bag to your liking, and you go to cinch the top of the bag and close the spout. And some of the contents get on your feathered fingertips as you close the spout, and it sort of leaks out around the edges of the seal.
All right, I'm not going to drink any of that yet. I'm going to test it later.
Okay. So we still have the room to the north that Mel has reported into you guys about his findings.
So Avvina used the last round of the last 2 rounds of the healing spirit to heal herself, but I can't adjust her HP, but she's fully up too.
That's fine.
Cause you hit her with 2 psychic attacks. So, and then they would both move up to the top door.
Okay.
And tree's bumping out. So, just to let you know.
Oh, okay. Tree, I'm sorry you don't feel well. I hope you have a good night.
I think she's already gone.
Okay.
Hey, Tree.
Thanks for giving us all gills. That'll be fun.
Right?
Maybe.
Perhaps. All right, so you guys are seeing Mel stand at this doorway, and Jaron, you walked up to it with Avvina. What are you guys doing?
So is the door locked?
So you reach down and touch the handle, and it lifts with very little effort, but it is not locked.
Well, okay. I didn't know if you wanted me to run an investigation check or what.
No.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna wait for the rest of the party to get here before I open the door.
Mel already rolled investigation on it.
So what's the approach? Do we go in and make friends?
Just to have all of us, I would say that we don't attack until they do.
That seems civil.
I'll go in. Well, I'm gonna stand on this corner and see what happens when you all go in.
That's fair. Very fair. So, who wants to go in first, or is it gonna be me again? Am I the test dummy? I can be the test dummy.
Use the stick, Mike. Check for traps.
Still got the 10-foot pole.
So, I'm gonna. Well, you said that it's not locked. I'm gonna roll perception on the door before I open it.
Okay. I think I'm going to use. We did get the mental image of that priest, right? So I do know what he looks like.
I got a 25 perception and a 23 investigation.
All right.
On the door.
So with your 25 perception, you look at the door, and the door seems to be a simple wooden door with regular iron hinges bolted into the wall and a slightly mildewed and swelled rotten wooden frame with the rusted metal hinges and door latch that go into the opposite side of the door frame where the door opens from. And with your investigation, scanning along the edges of the doorway, along the frame, running your fingers along the opening of the porthole at the top and where the latch meets, and then looking under the edges of the doorway, the door seems to be fine.
I open it.
All right, so you open the door. When you open the door, you have full view. Obviously, I've already unfogged it. You stand there with the door open. This time, the door actually pulls towards you. And at the back of the room, you see 2 female humanoid figures with their backs turned. They're looking at a glowing object, and then you catch 1 or 2 of these objects flit by and go past the series of flickering oil lamps. The details match that of the severed heads with the bat-like wings that grew out of the temples that you faced in the cistern before.
Okay. Do they see me?
Nope, they have their backs turned.
Okay.
Actually, I'll move the tokens around so you can see. There we go. They're not looking at you guys.
They're on the complete other side of the room.
Yep.
Okay.
It's
Except.
I mean, I guess I'm going in.
Well, since Jaron's going in first, let's see. Well, no, you know what? I'll save it. Never mind.
I'm going in.
All right, Jaron, you walk through the threshold. Roll me a dex save with disadvantage.
God damn it. I knew it. Well, I got 10. Both times 18.
Fail.
Well, what happens to me?
Fun stuff. Give me a second.
Never good when he says, "Give me a second," and then you just hear
Dice,
roll.
Yeah. Yep.
Still going.
What the hell are you rolling?
Now he's just rolling for intimidation.
You take 47 points of piercing damage
Oh shit!
as a series of spikes jut out from the wall, slam together like clapping you in the chest, and then these spikes recede back into the wall.
I investigated.
That's the door, not the floor.
Mel just
So
goes, "Oh,
did-
that's what that was all about."
Did you say 47?
Yes,
DM?
47 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Glad you went first.
Yep, that's why I went first.
And with that, I need everyone to roll initiative.
Uh-oh. Let's see if the rolling in here will work. I don't know why. It's probably the stupid Microsoft update.
Yeah, I know, right? It's been screwing everybody.
Let's see. I will attempt to roll initiative here. I'm even doing the right-click roll thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just not working. You'll have to fill it in for me.
And I will do a manual roll for Avvina.
It's a 16 for Mel.
It got a 15 for you, but I'll put the 16 in. And then, or maybe that's the initiatives from last time.
Avvina roll a 19.
Yeah, I need to clear the tracker. I'm sorry. Remember those numbers and I'll put them in manually. Because it still had the stuff from last time. Give me 1 second.
How far did that healing thing go?
Has it? I don't know, DM. Has it been
No,
a
like
minute?
distance-wise. No, just distance-wise.
I can move it 30 feet as a bonus action.
No. When you set it down, how far does it go?
5 feet.
Like radiant.
Okay.
It didn't heal you. Just because you.
Well, I walked right by it.
Well, okay. Then if you walk,
I just need one hit point.
No. If you walked into the spirit, it counts, and you get the healing.
Yeah. So
I just need one hit point.
let me see.
Yeah. Take it.
We got Venlee was 21. I wish it would just keep the roll, but I know why it doesn't. Mel, what did you have again?
16.
I'm sorry about this clunkiness here, guys.
It's all your fault.
It is. I'm a crappy DM.
I got a 16 as well for Jaron, and Avvina got a 19.
Well, that initiative's going to help you out a whole lot right now with the recovery of spike damage. Let's see. You said a 16 for you?
16 for me, 19 for Avvina.
Okay. And then who am I missing here? Chip.
Well, Happy. I mean, do we want to say Happy came in or?
Oh, right, Happy.
I might bring her in. I might just leave her in the hall for now.
Yeah,
I don't
she was going to watch. She was keeping watch before. So.
Listen.
13. What did you get, Chip, for your initiative? Is Chip
He hasn't been. He's on mute.
Okay, well, we'll leave him at the bottom of the stack for now. So we'll just roll with this. So, as the spikes slam into you and then recede back with, a split second, the noise alerts the room. And as soon as that happens, when, like the wind being knocked from you, you see one of the bat-like creatures fly forward, hovering over the middle of the cistern. And it looks at you in the doorway and sees you, Mel, and Avvina. And... I need the three of you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. I'll do mine first. That makes sense.
That's only a 12.
Oh shit! Well, I rolled a 4, but it became a 19.
Oh, that's right. I get +6 with you nearby, right? So
Yep.
that's an 18 for me then.
19.
Okay.
And let me roll for Avvina.
Okay.
And she rolled a 17 on dice. And wisdom plus 9, so 26.
All right, so the three of you pass your save. Venlee, as you stand there in the hallway and Happy far enough back, you hear this, ear-deafening shriek, the kind that just makes your, eardrums feel like they're about to burst and bleed. And as it echoes down the hallway, you can see just like this sonic boom of sound-like energy ripple along the walls, knocking bits of dust and mortar off of the crumbling stonework as the wave of sound travels by. And with that, it is going to end its turn. And the other one here is going to fly forward. It's not going to make it so far. It'll make it here, and it ends its turn. And now it is going to be Venlee's turn.
I can't remember. How high do these things fly?
So they have 40 feet of movement, but the cistern themselves vault up to about a 50-foot ceiling.
Okay.
I do
So I'm kind of useless here.
Well, you don't know how...
Roll initiative.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't know how high up in the air it is, though, because you haven't entered the room or anything.
Okay, well, I'll do something stupid and make my way through here.
Okay.
And did I see the traps go off?
You would hear the trap go off, but because Jaron is still standing in the place where the pressure plate is, it's not going to go off again.
Okay. So that 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Shoot. Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 25, 30, 35. I'll stand right in the middle of them. I'm going to stand right here in the middle of them. It's probably a dumb move, but are they on the ground?
The Vargol to your left floats about 5 feet above the ground, eye level, with like you and Jaron essentially.
How many feet?
About 5 feet up, so eye level with you and Jaron.
Okay, so I can hit it then?
Yeah, and this one here is about 10 feet above your head. It was swooping in from the ceiling, so that one would be out of reach.
Hi. Well, that's gonna stink. Let me take my first attack at the one on the left then.
Okay.
With my quarterstaff. I hope I hit. Nope, that's not gonna hit. I'm gonna try to hit him again. I assume a 10 doesn't hit.
It does not.
Okay, let me try and hit him again. Oh, God, does a 14 hit?
It does.
Okay, so let me roll my damage. And then I'm also gonna stunning strike him. I'll try to.
All right.
So let me roll my damage first. Okay, that's not horrible. That's 9. And then, yeah, I wanna... This stunning strike, it's been so long. You spend a key point and con save DC 16.
All right. I made it, just barely. I tied it.
Of course you did. Okay, I will go ahead and then use. I'll do a flurry of blows then.
All right.
Because why not? Hold on. Let me mark this off real quick. Okay. So I'll flurry of blows. Man, I doubt these are going to hit, but you never know. First one is, 17.
Hits.
Or no, 20, dirty 20.
Hits.
And then second one is, yeah, that's even better. 25, so yeah, that's good.
Nice.
If it'll ever turn over.
Say hello to my little friend!
Come on. There we go. Maybe. Okay, I'll get your damage to you in a minute. Once this thing decides. There we go. Come on, buffer. Okay, there we go. It's all showing up now. The D6 plus 4. So that's another 10.
All right. How do you want to do this?
Oh, really?
Yeah, these things aren't very hard to kill.
Oh, well, I miss if I just swing wildly with my quarterstaff on the first one, and then I hit him on the second one, like right in the head.
Okay.
Well, where else would you hit him?
Yeah.
Oh, it is just a head with wings, isn't it? That'll just punch it in the eye with the second one.
And as you lay into it with your staff and your closed fist, this severed head, which again appears to be a male humanoid with a little bit of 5 o'clock shadow, dark brow, and messy hair. This one is actually younger in appearance than the other one you had seen. And as you pummel its face in, the final blow caves in its bridge of its nose and just completely obliterates any discernible features that the brow or the lips would give, knocking its teeth out and spewing blood all over the place. The sharpened fangs are broken, and the head falls to the ground. The wings begin to twitch and wither, and the head itself starts to dissolve away into an ooze that seeps into the floor.
And it was stunned, so what does that mean for it?
It doesn't mean anything now because it's dead, but if it was stunned...
No, but I mean, would I have gotten advantage?
On...
Or what does stunned mean?
I believe so. I'd have to look it up. I think that they get, you get advantage on attacks against it because it's stunned, but I can look up the status condition real quick.
I was gonna say, could I jump up and try and punch the other one? With my other fury of blows?
While it was like still in the air before it falls down?
No, the one that's like, you said it's like 10 feet above me. Yeah.
You can attempt to make a jump, vertical leap with a weapon. Go ahead and roll me an athletics.
Well, it's unarmed. So it's basically like me doing like a Superman where I just jump up and I'm going to hit it.
Yeah, so go ahead and roll me an athletics check. It's going to be a little tough to make a 10-foot vertical leap, but let's see what you get.
Well, I only need 5 feet.
What's your strength score?
No, it's like 10 feet above your head.
Oh, 10 feet above my head.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
No, I just have a 5-foot reach.
With your staff, right?
No, with my hands.
Your weapons have an additional reach?
No, my flurry of blows is a 5-foot reach.
Well, pretty much everything's a 5-foot reach here.
Yeah.
We'll see if you can tag it in there. Go ahead and roll the athletics check for me to see if you can jump up high enough to make the attack.
I mean, I hope I can. My strength's a 2, but...
A +2 or a 2?
It's a +2.
Okay.
And I rolled it. And of course I rolled a natural 1.
Yeah, so you attempt to lay into this other Vargol head, and it floats just out of reach as you attempt to swing on it in midair, jumping up. All right.
Stupid. And then I guess I will just, I guess I'll just sit right there and get ready to take my damage.
So Chip, you hear the scuffle from the other room. Your friends have left this laboratory and beer vault, and you've heard shouts and thuds and the scream of Jaron cry out as something stabbed into him and chinged metal to metal.
So me and Harvey have been filling our bellies, right?
Well, Harvey filled up his bag of holding. He didn't actually drink
Harvey's not
anything.
drinking yet.
Oh, well, I would have been drinking from it.
All right.
So if allowed. So I would have stopped drinking hearing my friends in trouble. And I would have like come to my senses. And I'm gonna scream and say, "You only live once!" and run through the area where I got stabbed with the traps. And then look back, and then look at my chest, and look back again, and realize somebody fixed the issue. I won't die. And then I'm going to run to 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. I can only get here. So what Chip is going to do is he's going to reach into... It's okay. This is... Honestly, this was something that I was thinking about doing, so... Pulls out his one of his 4 javelins out of his bag, and you see him like pull it out of like this would almost like appears to be like a magical pocket of some sort, and he slides it out of this backpack and pulls it out, and he's going to hurl it at the flying creature to the right here of Venlee.
All right, go ahead and make an attack check.
That's a 19 plus 9, so at 28.
Oh yeah, super hits.
I was literally one off from a critical. Sad face. It's so sad.
That's why I need to get that. I can't wait to get that brutal
critical. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be nice.
And then that's a 6 plus 5 is 11. So 11 points of damage with my javelin being thrown, just hurled through the air. And then I reach in my bag and pull out another.
All right.
And I'm going to go ahead and hurl that one as well.
Go for it.
Well, drawing it would probably cost me, what would you say, like a bonus action or an action?
I'll let you do it as another attack. It's fine.
Yay. It's not going to be such a great roll. A 19?
Hits.
Oh, thank God. All right, cool. Another 11.
All right. So how do you want to do this?
Oh, I kill it?
Yeah. These things are like flies. They're easy to kill.
Okay. All right. Well, the first one, it's going to like just, like, I guess graze it, right? Like it flies through the air and it like hits it and it like nicks like its like face and its like wing, right? And it kind of messes up its flight a little bit, which kind of makes it unstable for a second. Allows Chip to like get that opportune like timing to where he can reach in, grab the other javelin, and then just hurl it straight at the head because it's kind of like in this one little area trying to catch its like its balance, I guess.
Yeah.
As it's like adjusting to its flight pattern now as it has to be corrected. And I use that time just to nail it square right in between the eyes. And it's like its eyes just narrow in right on the javelin as it like flies back 5 or 10 feet and just lands into the like stuck in the ground.
Nice.
And it's just like stuck halfway like in the javelin, just sliding down to the bottom. And that's how it dies.
All right. So it's going to be this one's turn. So you see the female that previously had her back turned with the cloak and the red hair flowing down her shoulders. And she turns around, throws the cloak off of her shoulders, and reveals herself to be something totally monstrous and unexpected. Let me see if I can find a picture for you guys real quick.
Is it really unexpected? I mean, we're in a sewer fighting demons. Yeah.
Yeah, this was kind of to be expected. Something along this. We knew something bad was coming.
Alright, let's see. Here we go. I'll put this in the chat. People on the stream probably can already see it. Go ahead and look in the game log and you guys should see it.
Hey, I totally forgot to say I was raging. So I'll, as a bonus action during my turn, I'll say I'm gonna be raging.
Okay.
And,
So that burns all my actions.
and Chip, you should have all your HP back, because
No, I'm short a few.
I rolled like 4 more heals.
Yeah, we basically
Yeah, I
said
did.
that.
Yeah, I did 3. I only got 3. 3 out of the 4. So what was the last one?
I just kept rolling until you were all healed, so you're healed.
Oh.
He had
well,
because he's had like 10 of them
Yeah.
for a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys seeing in the game log would see this, but basically this creature turns around and drops what appears to be a cloak, but when they go like this, as though they were dropping the garment itself, the illusion of the cloak changes, and you see it to be an open set of black wings with red membranes growing in between, and spike finger-like protrusions that are the bones that control these bat-like wings, with barb-tipped hooks at the top of the wings, a forked tail, and a very sultry outfit, and probably one of the sexiest female forms you all have probably ever seen in your mortal days. This creature just exudes an energy, an aura of seduction and sultriness.
Hello.
Hello,
I've been
what?
with the party the whole time.
Wait, you have?
Yeah.
Well, not the whole time, but ever since we've been down here.
All right.
Sonata's like, is she single?
She has trouble.
girl.
She has trouble keeping a mate.
Yeah, well, maybe because you killed someone.
All right, so the creature flies forward, and it'll go ahead and take the attack of. Well, actually, it's gonna fly over Venlee, so it's not even gonna give her the chance. So this thing swoops past Venlee over her head, dragging feet behind it in the air, dashing across the entire cistern, the whole spread of this expansive open room, just kind of coming in like a flash of an instant. And she stands right before you, Chip. And
I get an attack of opportunity.
that's only if she leaves your threat space.
I'm a pull-up master.
Okay, that's fine.
She entered my threat space.
Okay, we'll hold off on that. I'll let you do it in a second.
Okay.
So the female looks at you, and she poises her arm crouched over to her hip at an angle and raises a necrotic-looking blackened hand that is tipped with razor-like nails, and she reaches forward at you and blows you a kiss.
No!
And her mouth starts to move as though she's talking, but the motion of her lips don't match the sounds.
Does she have red hair?
Yes.
All right, at least my wife will accept this.
Does not. The mouth and the meter of her voice coming out of it don't match the way that she's moving her lips. And you hear just the sultriest, most seductive feminine voice you could possibly imagine. And it's actually multiplied. You hear almost like a harem of girls just completely pollute your ears with whispers of titillation and flirtatiousness.
Okay.
And the creature leans forward and says, "Chip, we've been waiting for you. Come inside. Your food is warm, dear. I've made the bed."
Ugh.
And I need you to roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Run.
And you get a +6.
Oh, thank God. Well, at least... Okay, at least that +6 turns to a +5. So whatever I get +5. Oh, yay.
You fail.
So, a 17.
You fail.
Oh shit.
Okay, I'm like, oh my gosh, that sounds amazing. Where at?
So the creature
He's
reaches
looking around like an idiot.
the creature reaches forward, grabs your shoulder, and whispers in your ear, and she says, "Come with me, dear." And she
Okay.
kisses the side of your face.
Ooh, okay, all right, yeah, okay.
And with that,
I get to take my opportunity at that.
yeah, go for it. Oh,
Whoa,
I'm
whoa,
rolling
whoa,
the wrong
whoa,
die.
whoa.
Hold on one second.
Whoa,
Wrong die.
Jaron, what are you doing, Jaron?
I'm
Chip would like
kill-
look at you, and he's like, "What are you doing?"
killing the evil demon that's trying to kill you.
No,
Beating up his girlfriend.
No, that's not what's happening. They've got food in the other room, man. Food and drink, all we want. That's what they're saying.
Chip,
We're
Chip,
good, dude.
Chip, you hate witches and demons.
You're gonna
It's
take
a-
39
Look,
points.
This is not a demon.
You're gonna-
Plain and simple.
You're gonna take 39 points
Who, me?
of damage. Yes, psychic damage.
What?
And you were at full HP, so you can go back to full HP and then take it.
Yeah, 39 points of psychic damage, but this does not heal back with regular spells.
Okay. So I'm assuming a 21 hit.
It does.
Ooh, this
And 19 damage.
All right. So you jut your pole arm out as the creature would move forward,
You
and
said how
it
much
basically
damage?
shrugs off the damage.
Yeah, I mean, that's, yeah, it's just my reaction, so.
I said 37 points of psychic damage, I believe. Someone correct me on the stream if I'm wrong, but I think I said 37.
I
So
think it's
39.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Mhm. I did the math.
Thank you. All right,
All
so
for 9.
and with that, this one is going to end her turn. It is going to be Avvina's turn.
It'd make it fun.
Hey, so Avvina is
You're also charmed, Chip, by the way. Sorry.
Okay, thank you. I was hoping you did that to me. My
What?
thing is, though, okay, because I was attacked by her, because I was psychically hit, that would essentially break the charm.
So not with this particular creature.
Oh.
Yeah, out of game, the creature is a
You're read up on succubus.
yeah. It charms you and then it comes in for a kiss and
Oh, that's
drains you.
awesome.
so Avvina's gonna cast Wither and Bloom at the succubus, and it's a DC 19 con save.
Okay. I failed by 1. That was close.
Thank you.
So the succubus takes 11 damage.
I'm like, no!
And I get to choose one creature, and I get to roll a hit dice and regain a number of hit points equal to my equal to the roll plus my spellcasting modifier. So I'm gonna pick myself, just because Chip is charmed.
Okay.
I don't know if he'd be able to roll hit dice.
Chip got a cheer wound. Cheer wounds. He got a cure wounds redeemed in the chat, so you can
That's
go ahead.
awesome.
You can roll for a level 1 cure wounds.
That's awesome. Thank you.
So
I gotta see who did that.
so
Sonata, thank you.
does anybody know whether Wither and Bloom you add your con modifier dice?
I can look it up real quick.
Yeah, I'd have to look it up.
So
I don't know off the top of my head.
So okay, I won't. So I actually rolled a 9, and then Avvina's spell casting modifier is a 14. So the spell heals me for 14 points.
Okay.
And then as a would would you say the healing spirits expired?
Yeah.
Okay. So Avvina is done.
Okay. And with that, it's going to be Mel's turn.
Cool.
Hey,
Sorry, you got
sorry,
something?
I was gonna ask. How, I can't remember. Is it
I think it's
is it
Cure
1d4
Wounds.
or 2d4 or like is it a cure wounds? Because a cure wounds is
Cure-
1d8.
Cure wounds is 1d8.
Yeah,
Why?
just a basic level 1 Cure Wounds.
Okay, so I got a 1, so I just add 1 HP.
Yeah. If you weren't charmed, I would have healed you.
It's like 5.
But
So there's also one that was redeemed a while back for Jaron. We'll just save that for later in the game. I missed that in the chat.
So, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry.
Well,
Sorry. Damn it. You go. You go.
I just had a real quick question before taking a turn. If this first round goes badly, can we roll Happy into it? I'd be happy to play her.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, cool.
I
Just have her
I
go
don't
at the
want to. I don't want to tango with character sheets right now because I don't have a good way of looking at it on another screen at the moment.
I can use her. I rolled initiative for her, but I rolled a natural 20, and I was like, well, that ship has sailed, so I guess we'll just.
Yeah, you can go ahead and roll for her again if you want, and I'll put her in the combat tracker.
16.
Okay, we'll just say she was a little late to the game. Wandering off with Bob. All right.
Okay. Anyway, so Mel, let's see. I got a couple things to do. Another question. Because Pump is not, he's not really a person. He's an animated thing. If I Misty Step, can I Misty Step with him?
Yeah, he's.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna say he's just like a companion. He would come with you as a willing participant.
That's cool because this doorway is pretty blocked. So, bonus action, Misty Step. Oh, what the heck was that? Why does he keep doing an eyeball? Oh, I see. So we are going to bonus action Misty Step into the room over here, and Pump's upside down. How did I do? There we go. Wee, wee. Okay. And then for the action, what's going to happen is Mel's holding Pump, and he's just going to with the pump thing, and out of his hoses exudes a sort of a weird kind of foamy gel-like substance that shoots clear across and just completely gums up a 20-foot block. So that would include the succubus over there and 2 of the floating heads. So they're gonna have to make a dex save that is web.
How high does it go up? It's a 20-foot cube, floor to ceiling, or wherever.
It's a 20-foot cube, floor to ceiling. Yeah, it's all over the place.
Okay.
And yeah, so mechanically that is the web spell, but basically it's this foamy substance that does make their hair very manageable.
Nice.
So they'll need to make a dex save at the start of their turns, or they will be stuck.
Okay.
And let's see. Hang on. I'll probably scooch around a little bit. Get rid of my sheet. Yeah, we'll just do a little bit of movement over here. Then Mel hides behind the potted plant, if that's what that is.
Nice. Yeah. I mean, it's just junk in this cistern. Trash and sewage and homeless people might have brought down here or whatever. So
Sure,
you take the hide action, you're hanging out. It's pretty good.
Well, no, I don't take the hide action. I don't have any actions left.
Okay.
He's just being inconspicuous.
Sure. You can roll stealth if you want to.
I don't have an action left to hide. No, you can't. Nope. That will make any rogue players angry everywhere.
All right. So let's see.
Including me.
Did you use all your action economy?
Yep.
Right.
The bonus action was Misty Step, and the action was
spell for the
web.
Yeah. All right. So Jaron, you're up.
Okay, so I'm gonna kill Chip's girlfriend. I'm sorry, Chip, but you'll thank me later.
No, I won't.
So before next episode, I'm changing this layout because I'm really Hey,
Does an 18 hit the succubus?
yes.
Okay.
Just you wait till my turn comes around.
24
Jaron.
damage.
All right. So describe your attack for me.
I'm like, I'm the only demon around here. And I plunge my great glaive into the succubus.
So you stick the glaive right into her side of her stomach.
Yeah.
And shout at her about your prowess demonically. And she, winces back in pain and cries out with a shriek that sounds of the lower planes.
Is there anything else close to me? Because I have a second attack.
Nope. Just her.
Okay. And she's dead. Is she dead, or is she kind of fake dead?
No, she's not dead.
She's not dead.
Mm-mm.
So can I attack her again?
Yeah, if you have a second attack as a paladin, you should.
I do. 31.
Alright, hits.
21 damage.
Alright, how do you want to do this?
Well, I mean, I made my first attack, and I was like making fun of her demonage, and I'm like, listen, I really meant it. Like, get the hell out of here, and go back to where you came, and stab her again.
So as you run her through the glaive, this time you fork the glaive up into her rib cage, lifting her up by her toes about 3 to 4 inches off the ground. And you see the life fade from her eyes as a syrup of black blood drains from the 2 wounds that you've punctured into her body. You lower the glaive, and she slides off your weapon and collapses to the floor, a wet mess.
As it enters my mind for the first time this night, and he's like, usually succubi are so much fun. These are not fun.
What happens to Chip?
So
What?
the charm spell is broken with the death of her.
Yes.
So you shake your head as your vision clears, and you see this
Ugh.
female monstrosity before you, and her beauty soon fades to shriveled corpse-like skin that stretches over thin bones.
Chip tries not to throw up. He's like, I let her touch me.
You let her kiss you, dude. She was all
What?
up in that.
She didn't kiss me.
She did. She
No,
did.
she didn't. No, she didn't.
So now it's going to be...
Bonus action, I'm going to cast Healing Word on myself.
Okay.
But yes, go to the next.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead, cast it on
So
yourself.
Happy, you're up next. Brian's running Happy. You step up?
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
So I guess I was going to do something else, but now we don't need to do that. So I guess Happy's just going to cure wounds on Chip.
Aww.
Let's see, we've already used a 3rd level. Use a 2nd level cure wound.
Oh, man, wow.
I can't mark it off there.
Chip ain't gonna be so much of a dick to her anymore.
Okay, so that will be 15
Oh,
hit
shit.
points.
Nice.
That might actually put me in a good spot.
So I don't know if she's got like weird, cool stuff she can do, but I'll just go ahead and do that. She'll be functioning as support here.
All right.
That's cool.
All
And
right.
so she'll sort of hop up, do that, and then move back again.
All right. And then we're going to go to Harvey. Harvey, you are in the brewery room, having filled your bag of holding with a fill of its wine. The door is open to the outer hallway, and you've heard this commotion take place.
Harvey was like, "Oh fuck, we're fighting there." Harvey is going to. Harvey's going to bonus action
Tommy.
cast
Yes.
Zephyr Strike.
Okay.
Is that you breathing in the mic?
It wasn't me.
So where are you moving? Where are you moving your token to, Harvey?
That's
Yes,
gonna,
it's me.
Gonna increase his movement speed by 30 feet. His walking speed by 30 feet.
Okay.
Combined.
So just move your token for me so I know where you are.
20, 35, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. He's going to just hop over top of Jaron and Chip. 5, 60, 65, 70. All right. Harvey's going to look at this fellow up here, this Vargul, due north.
Okay.
Got his sling. He's going to make an attack with it.
All right. Go ahead and roll me an attack check with your sling.
Now, I believe that is more than 30 feet away.
I think it's close
So
to
I'm gonna give
50.
myself-
Yeah,
I'm going
it's
to go ahead and end Zephyr Strike to give myself advantage. Well, all right, so let's go ahead and roll that. Nat fucking 1.
damn. That misses, unfortunately. You
But
squint
you
your
have advantage.
squint your bird-like eye, and you turn your head to the side, and just off in the distance, the sound effect of an eagle screeching goes off, and it goes,
Hold on.
"Caw-caw, Harvey!"
Let me ask you this. If I still, even though it's a nat 1, is it an auto miss? If I still can get to what the attack roll, what the AC is.
With the AC is higher than what you actually ended up rolling, though.
I know.
I thought you gave yourself
If I was
advantage on that though.
somehow- it canceled out disadvantage for long
Yeah.
flat roll. I could spend key. Every time I spend a key, I can increase my roll by 2. So if I spend 2 key to make it a 14, would that hit it?
It would.
I don't know. I'm gonna spend 3. Oh, okay, 14.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So 14's a hit. Really want to. Be 9 plus a D8. 2, so 11.
You said 11 points?
Yes.
Okay. So you
What?
you put ammo in your sling, which I'm assuming is one of your little soft pebble stones, and
Oh yeah, one of his.
you wing it across the room, David and Goliath style, and this small pebble hits this floating head that's kind of flapping there with its eyes closed in a daze, and it hits it square between the eyebrows and knocks it off its flight pattern, dropping it to the ground where it thuds. So it's sort of like you just smacked a fly out of the air.
It's dead. It's dead, right?
It is not. It looks pretty bad, though.
All right. I'm gonna go after the. Yeah, fuck it. I'll go after the sucker.
Okay.
Dude, I just- 12 to hit.
Does not hit.
That's it. Harvey's got nothing. Harvey looks down at his sling. He's like, "Fuck you, shoelaces! You failed me again."
I love it because he basically would have just collected these things like items he uses to build his nest, and he's pulled out human shoelaces for shoes that Harvey doesn't need to wear because Harvey has big talon-like feet that don't
Well,
fit
you
in
take,
boots.
You take the shoelaces with the cod piece, and you put them together.
Oh, nice. Improvised football cup turned into a deadly slinging instrument.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So you fling another rock from your from your crotch rocket slingshot, and the stone falls short, plinking off the shoulder of the victim, and just kind of clatters to the ground, making a little echoey noise that breaks the somewhat silence. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, that last one was a ranging shot.
All
I
right.
wanted to yeah, it's fine. So
All right. So let's see. I got these mixed up. Give me just a second. There were an uneven number of them, and I was trying to run them in 2 separate groups. So this group is the group that's up here caught. So you said the 2 in the web have to make dex saves to try to get out of the webbing?
Yay.
strength.
I think that's the case. Let's see. So my Spell DC is 18,
Okay.
It's
and
strength. They use its action to do it.
Okay.
yeah. So see, that's right. So automatically burns an action. I just had it up a second ago. Sorry.
That's fine.
Yeah. So each starts its turn. No, it's dexterity save. It says each creature that starts there must make a dexterity save. On a failed savings throw, they remain there until they're broken free. But a creature that is restrained can use its action to then make a strength check against the DC as well.
Okay, so this one, starting its turn, rolled its save and passed. And it is going to fly out to here.
Dang it.
And then this one I'm going to roll for. And that one fails. So you see it stuck in the webbing as its head protruding bat-like wings are struggling against the sticky netting. And then this one, it is on the ground. I'm going to say it was knocked prone by Harvey's thing. So it flutters its wings, rights itself up. So goes from jaw pointing to the ceiling to hovering above the ground. Now the jaw is righted, pointing towards the floor, and it's upright. Half of its movement will be used to do that. And it is also going to move forward to about here. Let's see. Okay, yeah, so here. And this one is going to attempt its one and only good thing it can do. I need, let's see, how many people can I get with this? Basically, everyone except for Happy and Avvina are going to roll me wisdom saves.
Did you say this is poison or
No.
psychic?
It's psychic.
Okay.
Oh, so Mel too?
Yep.
Okay.
Chip, you're the only one that gets to add 6 because you're the only one with
It doesn't matter. I rolled a 3.
Okay.
Ooh.
Wisdom save.
Yeah.
Oh,
Plus 6 would be a 9.
I rolled a 16,
Okay.
but I crit failed, so.
Wisdom is my worst roll.
But save.
Yeah, I got a 10.
All right.
Hold on, I'm rolling.
What
Just
is the DC on this?
Nunya. That's what the
Find
DC
out.
is.
No. Halfway between
It's
here and
All right.
definitely not a 10.
No, you
So
didn't.
everyone except for Jaron fails their wisdom save as the first Varigul that flies forward from the pack that had freed itself from the webbing opens its fanged face and shrieks, sending again a sonic boom-like echo clattering down the south direction of the cistern chamber and forcing its way down the hall, making the walls rumble as sand and silt rain down from ceiling and wall. Everyone that failed is now frightened and stunned.
I'm sorry, is this directional or is it a radius?
It's 30 feet within its direction.
Within
Anyone that can
or-
hear it, yeah. Anyone
okay.
within 30 feet that can hear it.
Got it, cool.
Oh,
So we're frightened and stunned, so we can't do dick.
okay.
Can I just
How do we
like
save out of it? We don't?
So it says if a target saving throw, while the target is stunned, if a target saving throw is successful
I
on the
be-
effect for it, the target is immune to stunning the shriek of Variguls for an hour. Okay, so you would have to re-roll your saves against it the next turn, but what was your thing? You're raging, so then your immunities are, I can't remember, it's bludgeoning, slashing, piercing, and then you have dexterity saving throw advantages against things that you can see. That's danger sense.
Yeah, but I can't remember what it was with like.
I don't think it
you
gives you
a-
that. I'd have to look at your character sheet. Give me
are
one
you a
second.
berserker?
I think he is.
My danger senses. No, it's not.
Is your subclass berserker?
No, it's totem.
Totem
Oh, then
Warrior.
no, you don't have anything for it then. No. Can I say just as the thing was flying up, Mel used his free action to produce the steel mirror from his robe of useful items to hold it up as it's approaching, so that he can see that right now his hair looks even better than it did in life. And just stay stunned that way.
All right.
It's like, robo useful items, got a mirror. It's, an opportunity to use it. I don't want to miss it.
All right. So now that everyone is stunned except for Jaron, the other Varigol.
This ain't good.
Not good at all.
Oops. Hold on 1 second here.
We should ask if they want to take a break and go out for coffee or some tea.
Right?
Maybe catch a few citizens.
All right. So the Varigol that is freed up, that floated up from the ground. Let's see. It used half its movement.
Hey,
Let me see here. Okay. That one can't do anything. He is going to stay where he's at.
How long does the stun and frightened effect last for?
It's 1 hour, but you can also roll the save against it. And then people that passed the save are immune to the effects of the stunning shriek for 1 hour. So Jaron passing, he can no longer be stunned by the stunning shriek of a Varigol.
For an hour, I guess.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's going to go ahead and end its turn, and it comes around to the final succubus in the web. She passes her save with an 18 on die, and then strength, I know, is enough to get out of it based on your DC. And so the succubus friend.
he's probably pretty mad at me.
Sonata redeemed Lucky for somebody.
Well, yeah, you still have to wait till your turn.
Yeah, we've already gone through that action cycle. I'm not going to go back. So the succubus gets a full 60 feet of movement.
Yeah.
And let's see how far I can make it go. All right, perfect. So she's going to rush forward right up to you, Jaron, to meet you face to face. And she will take your stupid polearm attack as you shove it forward. Go ahead and make your attack against it.
He can't do it again. It uses his reaction.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, one reaction per round.
Thank you for keeping it honest. All right, so
Yeah, no.
she flies forward, and you see her extend a clawed, blackened hand as well, and she says, "Look at you, an ebony beauty." She swirls her hand in the air like she's scratching your bald head. I need you to roll a wisdom save as well.
If I pass, I know what I'm gonna say. Come on, anything but one. Anything but one. 20. Did I pass?
You do pass your wisdom save.
Okay. I was like, I want nothing to do with you, demon.
And so when you pass your save, the succubus looks at you and she gives a weird demonic female cackle, and she reaches forward and just slashes across your face with the clawed hand. Give me 1 second. She misses, so you don't take any damage and the attack doesn't happen as the claws outstretched before you come inches from striking across the bridge of your nose.
Okay.
And she will end her turn.
Wait, right in front of me?
Yep.
Okay,
She can't move.
before
She
the
used her
next-
max movement.
Before the next round of combat, DM, if I move, does the trap reactivate?
You'll have to find out.
Ah, fuck.
So at the top of the round are the Varigols that already died, so we can skip over them. And now it is Venlee's turn as she's stunned and frightened. You can go ahead and make your saving throws.
Okay.
Vargol from the combat tracker.
What about
Wisdom.
Venlee? You got illness of mind. Check that out.
So it's a wisdom save.
Yeah.
Shit.
Good luck, brother.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. It says until the end of the Vargul's next turn. So technically, you guys don't get to save this round.
Okay.
My bad.
So since they're stunned and incapacitated, they basically can't do anything.
For one whole, yeah, till the end of the Vargul's turn. So it skips Chip and Venlee. You already killed this succubus. Avvina was out of range and she was hanging back, so she's the only other viable person at this moment.
Yeah.
Avvina.
Until you get to me.
Avvina and Happy.
Yeah, and Happy's there too.
So is the succubus wearing a medal?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
She basically looks all but naked. The only thing clothing her is the scale-like bat skin that changes tone from human flesh over to a demonic-looking blend.
Oh, that's disturbing on so many levels. Thanks for that. I guess I'm gonna cast Wither and Bloom again because it did so well the last time.
All right.
So it's a DC 19
Okay.
con save.
Okay. I don't think it's gonna pass, but let me check their stat. Excuse me. Con. No, it was 3 below the required roll.
Okay, I'm gonna roll the damage as Jaron just so that it goes into the tracker.
That's fine.
Okay, so it takes 8 damage,
All right.
and then I get to do the same thing. I get to roll a hit dice again, because unfortunately Chip is still stunned. Well, stunned versus charmed. So I get to take 6 hit points back.
Okay.
And yeah.
Now, your hit point maximum was lowered by the kiss, just as a heads up.
My hit point maximum?
Yeah, when the succubus attacked you. No, that was Chip, sorry.
I passed.
Yeah, Chip, I meant.
Yeah. I'm seeing. So, as a bonus action, Avvina will cast level 1 heal. Chip.
Level 1 cure wounds.
Healing word. Because it's a bonus action.
Alright, well, you.
So I'm gonna roll a d4 and then add 5 to it. Lucky you got 9 HP back.
Nice.
I rolled a 4.
What is Chip's maximum hit points now if the succubus kissed him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
So you would take his max and subtract that 39 from the top, and that would be the highest you could heal.
Oh, ouch.
Oh, well, that would have been good to know.
Then I can't heal anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I redirect the healing word? Right.
Yeah, it should be. Whoa, what just happened? Really?
What?
It's fine.
My dog.
I wasted the healing word.
He
But
literally.
it's okay.
All right.
Well, I was gonna say, to be fair, he didn't tell us that the max hit points dropped.
No, I explained that. I didn't explain it.
Stop it,
well.
Archie. Stop.
I said that you
Make me
cannot
bored.
heal. You can't heal by anything other than magical means. But I misrepresented it. So the kiss from the succubus basically takes that HP max away.
So,
Gotcha.
so Chip, none of that healing worked on you. You're still at like 54 hit points.
I know.
That
No, he was at maximum when he took it. So whatever that is, that.
Yeah. That's maximum
Yeah.
minus 39.
Yeah. Okay, so Avvina ends her turn after she wasted her spell.
All right. So now it's going to be Mel's.
wasted hers too. Yeah. Well, Mel doesn't do anything. He just stands there holding the mirror,
And then
trying to get the guy to look in the mirror and see his hair.
All right, Jaron, it's your turn.
Okay. I'm not happy with this person at all. I'm gonna kill her, just like I killed the other succubus.
I wonder if this is like.
Okay, nat 20, 33.
All right.
Oh,
But wait,
you gonna smite?
oh hell yes, I'm gonna smite because the smite crits too. So I'm gonna cast Divine Smite.
Remember, it's a fiend, so you get an extra D8 with your smite.
Actually, it is. Yeah, it is a fiend. You're right.
Yep, so it's 5d8 because I critted, and then let's see what it comes out to. An extra 16, so that's 37 damage. And that was just my first attack.
All right.
How's she looking?
Give me 1 second here. So, what of the attack damage? What did you attack with? Sorry.
I attacked with the glaive, and then I did Divine Smite because I critted. Divine Smite also crit.
Okay. So what damage was just the glaive damage?
21.
All right. So that is half.
Magic damage, right?
The damage from the glaive would be non-magical, but the other damage is magical.
The glaive is magical.
Oh, it is magical? Okay. So then you did a total of 16, you said?
16 radiant damage,
All
which
right.
I'm assuming that she's vulnerable to.
It does not list it as a vulnerability.
Nah, she might not be.
Okay, so I still have my second attack.
Okay, go for it.
$27
That also hits.
and 25 damage.
All right.
Oof.
So you lay into her with another attack with your glaive.
Is she dead yet?
Nope.
I'm gonna cast Divine Smite again. This time I don't crit, but I still get to add the extra D8 because she's a. Ah, damn it. I keep doing it in the wrong place. There's no roll for Divine Smite, which is kind of annoying.
Is it not in your features or anything?
No, you don't. No, you can't roll it because it depends on what level you cast it at.
Oh, I got you. Oh, right.
Okay, so 14 more radiant damage.
All right. Oops.
And I burned 2 first level spell slots to do that.
Okay.
Just keeping it honest.
It's not letting me change the HP value for some reason. Oh, here we
Not
go.
dead?
No.
Okay, so I have a bonus action.
How do you have all this stuff? What? You did 2 attacks? You did...
I'm a polar master and a paladin. Since
Okay.
Smite after every hit, if I want to,
Yeah.
it burns its spell slot.
Okay. All right. Do what you're going to do.
Yeah,
Since I'm the only one that can do anything.
Stop yelling at him. Jeez.
Yeah, I'm just asking. I've never played a paladin before.
Yeah, Divine Smite's free. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It costs a spell slot.
Yeah,
Two.
yeah, right.
That also hits.
Free in terms of action economy, yeah.
Yeah.
22.
And 14 damage.
All right. How do you want to do this?
I just go to town on her with my glaive, and at the same time as I'm hitting her with the glaive, there's this mixture of holy and dark light coming out of my other hand, and it's just kind of infusing the entire glaive with like a holy, dark, like ultraviolet light. Actually, that sounds kind of cool.
Nice.
Like an ultraviolet light. I like that.
That's pretty sweet.
So, and then on the last hit, she just goes down. She just can't take any more hits.
So you see this partially nude, fiendish female laying before you at your feet with her chest split wide open at the rib cage with multiple gouging hacks out of the upper torso of her body, where your glaive just pounded her to a pulp. And let's see, with that, it is going to be Happy's turn.
Well, okay, so we got those two guys out there in the middle of the cistern.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry, what?
Last time she cast hypnotic lights and it was able to stun them.
Yeah, like everybody will see the hypnotic pattern there. You know what? She's just gonna wander over here. She's gonna kind of peek between Chip and Jaron there, and she's gonna see those two guys sort of flitting in the middle of everything. And actually, we can get all of them right here. And she's just going to she's going to reach into her bag of ingredients, pull out a hot pepper, and fling it across the thing, and it explodes into a fireball that's centered right between the three of them.
All right.
Holy crap.
Let's just go to bed, is my take here.
Sounds good.
So you drop this fireball in the middle of the room, nuking everybody in it.
Yeah. Well, it's not going to affect anybody except for those three.
Yeah, I know. Where you're placing it.
Yeah, just placing it right there. So just barely, we'll hit that one over in the web. Oh, by the way, that web was concentration. That actually went down.
I was gonna ask you if that was concentration or not.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that web is concentration, but evidently it is. So that actually went down when Mel got stunned, so that web isn't there anymore.
Okay.
And she's going to try to not, hit all of the stuff over there, but, it seems all right. So,
There you go.
there you go, right there.
That's insane.
Cool. So that's going to be 6, 10, 20, 30 points of damage.
Yeah. So when this fireball goes off and the pepper explodes in the middle of the air, a perfect orb of flames just instantly emanates from the spot where the pepper exploded. It's silent at first, and then it builds with a low, booming rumble. And you see the space in the empty cistern. Wind starts swirling around towards the middle of the room. Things on the walls begin to shake, and a gust of air, almost like a backdraft, which would happen in a big fire, comes rushing up through the southern hallway where the open door is, whooshing past everyone's hair. And this ball just forms together and explodes with a huge boom. It instantly lights up the three Vargul that are floating in the air and maintaining their hovering, and you just hear them all scream as they're instantly incinerated, and their bodies rain down into their headless, dismembered, winged head bodies rain down as melted ashes onto the floor, dripping and splattering against the pavement as they hit.
And Happy just goes, "That's enough of that," and walks back to where she was.
All right, you guys are out of combat.
Cool.
Yay.
Should we call it there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm about to die.
Yeah, me too. I'm exhausted.
So you all defeated two succubi hiding in the bottom of the sewers in another cistern room, and destroyed their minions of Vargul heads. And the mystery remains for next week.
Yeah, I was going to try and run it because I could run across that water. I didn't realize, the way the initiative order went.
Uh-huh.
I was going to try and run across and hit her because I could run right across that water.
That would have been sweet.
Resistant to pretty much everything she does.
Yeah, you guys definitely got me on that one. I was hoping that the succubi would get you a little bit better than they did. I'm glad at least one of the stuns worked from the Vargul. But, yeah, we'll see what happens next week. as you guys uncover more of the mystery in the sewers below Lycanstone. We've been Old Dominion Heroes. Thanks for sticking with us for Thursday Night D&D. And we'll catch up with you next week for Monday Night Mad Mage. Y'all have a good evening.
Yay!
Goodbye.